Alright, hello. I think everything is working. We want that scene. I know how to do this. Totally know how to do this. We might also want to have our mic in the right position. I swear I'm organised. Kia ora everyone, welcome in. That needs to go off or else we're gonna potentially get weird shadows. Potentially. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll work with that. Had that on because it was actually quite dark this morning. Right. Kia ora, Sammy. Hello. And over on the YouTube we have both Liz and Mandy. Hello. Kia ora. Welcome in. It's really cold this morning. It's definitely like we're in autumn heading into winter. Right on time. Hello, Shadow. Right on time. It's like you know it's 9 AM on Friday. Oh, Shadow wants to say hi. But how are we doing today, folks? I hope we're all doing good. I hope we had a fabulous week. We are getting to the end of the week, the end of the month. It's still Thursday there? Yeah, I'm future. It is Friday here, Friday morning, and I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to having a couple of days off. It has been a long week. It's also the last weekend of the month, so we're going to try and get a few different things done this weekend. I would love to finish Pirate Kitties. I know we're on the home stretch with Pirate Kitties, so I would love to finally finish Pirate Kitties. There's a couple of things that I want to work on as well, but we'll see. I also want to do some cleaning and organisation and all this different stuff. I brought some new containers yesterday to help sort out the chaos that is my art shelves, and they're really good, and now I want to get a bunch of them because they fit really nicely. They hold a lot of stuff and it worked really well. So I kind of want to get my actual area sorted so I can do like a little this is my art room that I work in. Show's gonna bump all the cameras. Hey Yana, welcome in. And then the other thing as well is that supposedly Dark Fairy Tales is meant to be released today here and was meant to be delivered to me today because I had a pre-order. However, I haven't even had dispatch notification. So I don't know if my copy is coming, and it better. Don't show your butt on camera. I'm working on Mythical Minis. Noise. I don't have any Camellia and Jacova books, but I keep wanting to get one. have to try and find out when winter finishes Mythical Minis if they're going to do another full book minis thing, and if so, what the book is, so I can actually order it in time. You need to get them. They look very cute. They look like good fun books to have, but yeah, I just don't have any at the moment, so maybe one day. Right, are you done, Shadow? Can I have my desk back now? Are you done? Have you done rubbing everywhere, dropping hair everywhere and drooling everywhere? Can I have my desk back now? You've had your snacks? You can jump down. You've got room. I have 31. Oh my gosh. I knew she had a lot of them, but damn. That is a lot, Mandy. Getting ready to doing a page in Sergeant. Oh my goodness. Sergeant by Marie Troll is also one that I like the look of. When the English version comes out, that might be something I look at getting to. Finally finished my page, double page of Magical Worlds. Nice, Yana. It's always exciting when you finish a page. Right, you're not going back there because you're going to hit all the keys and accidentally close the screen. You've had your cuddles. You can go now. He's just being a pain now. Alright, first things first. Cat drill. Might need to get the alcohol out and actually clean my desk properly on the weekend. I don't know, I'm just in a cleaning mood. I just kind of want to clean up a bunch of stuff and just, you know. I know, I get in these moods every once in a while. Usually after a monthly thing that I suffer, I get a sudden desire to just clean everything and throw everything away. So it's quite good to take advantage of those when they hit. Right, so this is where we are up to with our pirate kitties. So I was working a little bit on it off camera. I have started doing some of the pencil detail shading, so like the boat, done a bunch of the ground. Not a lot. I did go over this boat back here and darken that up. I still got to do all the sky and the sea, but just trying to do a lot of like the more darker detailed shading, because we've got our base layer with the Inktense and it's pretty good. It's just pushing that shading a little further with the pencils and adding in detailed shading. So I started on the barrels, so I've done the wood of the barrels, but we're still going to do the metal, and we're going to do the lamp. That's where we're up to, and then we'll just work our way across. So we've got our Polychromos. I also have my Pablos nearby, and you'll see I have a Pablo yellow pulled out, and I'm also going to pull out the white Pablo. Brent picked me up and we went out for brunch earlier, trying to get out a bit more and do more normal things. That's always a good thing to try and do. Try and be out in the world a little bit. So long as you don't, you know, burn yourself out. But yeah, if you enjoy it, always good. Alright, let's bring you in a bit. Yeah, I went out yesterday. I took Mum out to a store to do some errands. I got the Colouring Heaven colouring issue that I purchased printed. So that's sitting out there because I'd like to do a page in that because it's, you know, an untouched book. So I'd like to do something in that. And I brought the containers. I brought candy. I brought so much candy. I ate so much candy yesterday. And then I found some perfume on clearance actually, and that was quite nice because I was out of perfume. So, and just some like household bits that we needed. So just lots of random bits. But then by the time we came home, I was so zonked that I immediately went and had a nap. Then got up for work, went and had dinner, went for a little bit of a walk to the supermarket to pick up a couple more bits. Came back home, went to sleep. Did hang out and watch Sammy's live stream for a little bit last night on Twitch. That was fun. I just wasn't very socially drawn at the time, so I was trying to hang, but I was also like, nah, I need to go to bed. Stardust! Hello. I was thinking about you the other day. Did you see that there's now 2 new Christine Caran books being announced? And I want them both. They look so cute. I might wait till the second one's released and then just order both of them from the Australian publisher, since I can order direct from them and the shipping's not bad to New Zealand. It's like, yes. Yeah. So good. So good. Not that I should be buying more books at the moment, and oh my god, have I bought a lot of books this month. It's quite ridiculous, really. But yeah. Most of my purchases this month have been with Afterpay as well, which is really bad because I just cleared the decks, and then this month I just went a little nuts. But we'll make do. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just need a bit of mental health therapy and need a bit of shopping. I also we're officially on day 14, no vape, and it's been hard. So there's been a lot of snacking and a lot of shopping. But that's okay. We're on day 14. So, yeah. Oh, so many gorgeous books coming out. And I'm really annoyed my Kirby isn't here yet. The company that I pre-ordered it from, when I pre-ordered it, they were owned. I ordered it for a local site called Mighty 8, which is where I used to get a lot of my colouring books from. And they used to be really good. They were the ones that when Alien Worlds were coming out, they accidentally shipped it to me like 3 weeks early. And they would often do that. It was great. They would, and even if they wouldn't ship early, they would always ship on time, the books. And if they were slightly delayed, they'd warn me. But then they changed company owners, and yeah, it's late. And I haven't had any dispatch notification. It's meant to be due today. I've had no updates of when I'm expecting to get it. And I'm like, it's meant to arrive in a local store in a few days on the 1st of the month, which is Monday next week. I'm like, well, if I don't get any dispatch notification over the weekend, maybe I'll just contact them and say, well, look, I was wanting it for pre-release day. I can get it locally now. Cancel the pre-order. I'll just pick it up locally. Rita Berman will be there next week. Yes, Rita Berman is really sweet. I was lucky to be gifted Rita Berman. I didn't have any, and then 2 people gifted me Rita Berman, and really enjoyed it. I almost pulled out my tour through Asia book recently. It's like, ooh. But yeah, as we were saying quite a few streams ago, I really wish to do my tour through Oceania so that we would get in New Zealand. I ended up watching something the other day, and I never realised Lizzie Mary Cullen, who does The Magical City, The Magical Christmas, has a book called The Magical Journey, and there is a massive New Zealand section in that one, and I did not realise, and now I need to get my hands on this book. And of course it was printed in 2016 and it's out of date, so it's going to be interesting to try and find it. It's still around in some areas, but I'm like, I need this book now. I had no idea it had such a big New Zealand section. Yeah, I'm actually colouring a new wildflower book, Daughter of the Sun. Nice, Stardust. I did a couple more in Fledgling Fairies this month, actually. It's another one that I'd actually like to get another page done. on the weekend. But yeah, Fledgling Fairies is actually getting really close to being completed now too. So I'm like, I could just push myself to complete that book. It is so close. It is the French version of Europe and Asia, trying to find flip through but hard. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Stardust. Hi, Artsy Endo. How are you? Is Mum any better? I'm doing okay. I am still... Physically, I'm doing great. I am 14 days vape-free. I am feeling much better in terms of breathing. I am not coughing. The allergy season is like, we're in like a lull between the two allergies, so we're doing good physically. I am still very exhausted, very tired, and very burnt out. Mentally, I feel tired, but I'm feeling better than I was, so we'll take that one. I'm still like, I will warn now, next month I'm still not taking on buddy colours because I don't want to put any pressure on myself next month. There's a few things that I might do for like groups and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm aware that we're better than we were. We're not drowning, but there's still a lot, you know? Yeah, but it's good. Like, it's better than it was. We're back streaming. I'm just being gentle on myself right now and understanding that if I'm tired and I can't stream some days, or there's still a lot going on. We've still got specialist appointments. Mum's doing much, much better though. Like, much better, which is awesome. I'm very hopeful that the next specialist appointment will get the all clear. So, yeah. Which book? Catherine, what section? We've been talking about a lot of books. Is it the... What was I talking about in terms of books? We were talking about a few different books. Is that Fledgling Fairies and me talking about nearly completing Fledgling Fairies? Maybe that. Maybe that. That kind of times up, right? Yeah, we've been talking about a few different books, so I might need a little bit more context. Sorry, Catherine. The joys of stream and delay, and when I'm talking about stuff and then we get to you guys and then you respond and it's like, I've talked about 4 different things since then. It's like, what was I talking about again? And when you have someone like me whose brain is just like, words? I forget. Last book you were talking about. I'm guessing Fledgling Fairies was the last book I was talking about. Or else it was the fact that I was talking about Kirby and Kirby's new pre-order, which is meant to be here today but was delayed. This is Fledgling Fairies. It's Colouring Heaven issue. Oh, because we were also talking about Christine Caran's got 2 new artist books coming out. So these Wildflower Folk, these Wondrous Folk, and Small Folk, I think are the titles. But this is Fledgling Fairies by it, and it's like nearly completed. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages left in here. So, you know, if I can get to it, I could actually finish this, and this would be my first ever completed book. So yeah, 5 more pages left in here. Oh, the 2016 book. Thank you, Catherine. That puts it in better context for me. Lizzie Mary Cullen, The Magical Journey. I was watching something the other day and I did not realise that The Magical Journey has a New Zealand section. Yeah, I'm doing all good with the vape. There's definitely been some, like, I no longer want to murder someone for nicotine, but there's definitely been some I'll punch you in the face for nicotine moments. There's been a lot of snacks. I was saying to Mum the other day, I can't, like, I'm just eating all the time at the moment, and then we were like, oh, duh, you've just given up nicotine. Like, yeah. So it's like, yeah. But it's quite good. On my mum's birthday, I'll be hitting a month vape free, so that's quite cool. And that's it. I just need to get through this first month, because the first month is always the roughest. The first 3 days, the first 2 weeks, and then the first month. Because the first 3 days, it's just completely breaking the habit. At this point, because of the way our bodies work, every 14 to 21 days, our blood cells are refreshed, basically. So right now what's happening is old cells are being replaced, and any nicotine that's being held in cells is being released. So it's also going to make it like really cravey right now. And then once you get to a month, you're just purely breaking habit. So once I can get through the first month, we should be good. It's just getting through that first month, but we're getting there. And you know, I haven't had any more. The main reason I stopped is because I kind of freaked myself out, because there's a moment where I felt like I couldn't breathe properly. And while it was just like yeah, no, we need to stop this. So it's definitely helped. But yeah, it's hard because it's also like, I miss it. Which seems sad, bad to say, but it's true. I miss it. I miss the effects of it. I miss the calming effect of it. I miss, like, giving up smoking was easier because smoking tastes disgusting. But, you know, it's all the fun flavors and stuff like that. It makes it harder. But it's better for me in the long run. Plus, I've got I'm going to be likely having a op later this year, so it'll be good not to vape for that as well, because I will be in hospital for a couple of days for that one. To finally get the uterus out, getting a hysterectomy to deal with the endo, which will be fantastic. So, yeah. Was expecting 2 bits from Christine Caran so close together? Yeah, me either, but I think it is existing artwork. Like, Wildflower Folk had a couple of exclusives, but it was also already produced art, and I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing because it's just her artist quality versions of her books. So I'm guessing she's just taking the pre-existing art with a couple of exclusives, and that's what's going to become the books. Which is totally fine. I'm just excited. The main reason I'm excited for them, I mean, her work is really gorgeous, but Blue Angel Publishing is based in Australia, and I can order directly from them, and their shipping to New Zealand is actually reasonable. So it's one that I know I can get very easily, and that's quite cool. Break. Oh well. Break the habit. Ah. Hey, if that helps Stardust and that's what you want to do, that's fantastic. Good on you. Yeah. Yeah, I think you definitely need to be in the right headspace for an artsy endo. Like, I knew for a long time I wasn't in the right headspace for it, and it really just happened because I freaked out. Because of how tough it was to breathe. Yeah, I've just freaked myself out. That was purely it. So, like, nah, done. I finished the pod. And then, originally the plan was, because I had the one I usually vape on stream, which was like a green apple pod system. And my idea was I was going to finish that one, and then I have some pen ones where I filled it with my own fluid, which is like this stuff here, which is just plain menthol. The pods were stronger. So the idea was for me, I was going to finish the pod, and then be like, cool, just have the pen ones, but not buy a replacement pod. So that would immediately cut my nicotine in half because of the strength of them. and then wean myself off these ones down until no more, like even getting like a 0% no nicotine vape, just to like start completely cutting things out, right? Like cutting out the nicotine and then getting rid of the habit. But then because I had that like, oh my god moment, I just finished the pod, and then I was like, you know what, we'll just stop. And I just went cold turkey, and that surprised myself because I had that plan in my mind of weaning down, and then I just went cold turkey. And I'm shocked it worked. But yeah, like I said, I really freaked myself out. But now it's just about making it the distance and carrying on. But no matter how you do it, you've got to do it for yourself. And so there's no right or wrong way, because at the end of the day it's got to be done for you. And if you're not in the right mindset to do it, it doesn't mean like necessarily not ever trying, because also if you try but you don't like manage to quit, you go back to it, at least you've tried, you know, like, yeah. But yeah, the no nicotine in it, just flavored air. Yeah, so it's similar to what I was planning to do as well for my technique, but then I ended up accidentally going cold turkey. Well, not accidentally, but you know. But however works for you, when you're in the right space to do it, even just trying, even just thinking about trying, big step. Proud of everyone. And if you're someone who does not vape or smoke, please don't start. I only started vaping because I did not want to go back on my anti-anxiety medication when I was studying, and I ended up back on my anti-anxiety medication anyway. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't go back to cigarettes. The government here, the previous government had a thing of like smoke-free by 2025, so they were taxing, like, cigarettes are taxed to all hell here. They are so expensive. And the idea was the government was going to basically just keep raising the taxes, and they did for a long time. Like every 6 months, cigarettes would go up again and again and again and again. And it made it really expensive, and it made it hard for people who did smoke, and a lot of people ended up quitting because of the cost of cigarettes and how they increased in price. And there's some people who are like, nah, but the main thing it did is it stopped people starting smoking because of the cost. The cost put them off. So while it made it harder for already existing smokers, the main thing is it stopped people smoking. Because they were originally aiming for smoke-free by 2025, and the government was going to literally outlaw cigarettes this year. But then we had a change in government, and the other party that came in was like, nah. So, yeah. So it's cool to see, but it's good and bad in both senses. But when they did it as well, like, it's good in the sense that, you know, it stopped people smoking and stuff like that. But when they did it, they also didn't look at vaping, and that's where vaping came in. Originally, they didn't have any protections around it, which meant it kind of exploded in younger demographics. So, yeah. It's, at the end of the day, it's people's choices. People do what people want to do. Do you know what you're going to work on next? Part of it, partially. That's the word I'm looking for. I have a buddy colour with Lisbeth that I have not started. This is the only buddy that I have because I also really want to work on this page. So, well, pages. So this is Friendly Little Squirrels in the Residence of Antique Town. Really gorgeous little book. And I'm working with like a real vintagey style palette, which is really difficult for me. That's the only page I've done in here. But we've got this really big spread in here, which is like a bit of a like, oh god, why do we choose this one? But also it's gorgeous, and I've seen a sneak peek of Liz's one so far. It's so good. So this big massive double page spread here, I'm really looking forward to working on this one. So yeah, we'll be working with our Inktense again. I have some pictures, but I want to find some more pictures just to get some better references, because I've got an idea in mind of how I want to do this page, but like it's a mood, so I want to get some references so I can like capture what I'm seeing, and I can't really explain it. So yeah, I still need to do some reference hunting, but such a cute page, this whole book. I'm excited to do more in it because I feel like it's really inspiring me to look at different colorways, because I'm someone who, like this here, pirate kitties, rainbows and bright and vivid and colourful, and then this being so much browns is very different for me, but I like it. I really love this one. I just wish I hadn't dropped that little drop there, which I don't even know if you can see unless I bring it right up. There's a little drop. I need to skip this song. This feels like brain torture. Right, hopefully that one's okay. If it's too much of a problem for my brain, we will go skip this album. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to work on. I want to get back to Alien Worlds. I've had an idea for Alien Worlds for a long time. So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to do Alien Worlds. There's an airy page that I want to do. In fact, I've had a request for a tutorial. I was talking about a technique in the Airy World Heritage group, and there was a request for a technique on how I collage into books, and I was like, yeah, I could look at doing that. I have a page that I'm working on that I actually was making a video for, so I want to go in and finish that one. Actually, that's what I should do tomorrow. I should try and finish that page and that video so I can get that out. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot I want to do. There's always 101 pages I want to do. We'll see what we get to. Yeah. It looks like a lot of work. I'm sure the results will be worth it. Yeah, I feel like this right now, Pirate Kitties is my big double, but once this one is done, which it's on the home stretch, like it's getting there. Once Pirate Kitties are done, that'll be my next big double. But yeah, it's gonna probably be. Oh, I say that. I know me. If I get into the right place in the right zone, I'm gonna tune it out in like a couple of days. But it could also be like Pirate Kitties, where it just takes months. Colouring takes as long as it takes, you know? The Colouring Mermaid! Hello, hello! Is your new Kirby on the way? It's meant to be. It was meant to be delivered today. I have not had a dispatch notice from it. And when I looked at the website before, if I tried to order it today, it wouldn't be in until June 18th, which makes me worried that they are actually only, instead of me getting the book today on release day here like it was promised, they're ordering it on release day and I'm going to get it in 2 months. So I'm giving them like today to send me a dispatch notice to say, hey, it's on its way to you, or give me some sort of notification. But yeah, the company that I ordered it from, I used to order a lot of my books through Mighty 8, which is like a New Zealand website. They used to be really good, but when I pre-ordered this book, since then, because this has been on pre-order for like a year, they've changed hands, and the new owners aren't great. Which is why I don't order anything through them anymore, because they changed company hands, and now it's just shite. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be an issue. So if that's the case, it gets released in store on Monday here. And if that's the case, I will go to the local store, which will definitely get it in, pay $1 more, and grab it in person and cancel my pre-order. But it's just the fact that, you know, I'll have to travel into town to do that. I have to go into the store to do that. It's all these different steps that is annoying. I want to start another page in Leon's journey. I want to get Leon's journey, Yana. That's when I can get enough saved to do another Pompadour order. Because if I'm going to order a Pompadour, we're going to order a few books, and Leon's journey is one of them that I really want to order. If you're lucky, they'll just sell the first batch, but I understand why you're worried. Well, yeah, because I placed the pre-order a year ago, so I should have it today. Like, it's meant to be here today. And I haven't even had a, hey, it's on its way to you, because normally they send a tracking number, which they should have sent yesterday to say it's coming. And I also have Mythographic Dragon Spell pre-ordered as well through the same company at the same time, and I'm suspecting it's going to be the same issue with that too. So yeah, I'm just having a look to see if these being, I don't know why I'm trying to do it on my phone. It's so much better on the computer. But yeah, normally they'd send me an email saying, here's your tracking number. So the fact that I've had none of that just makes me think it's not being sent yet. Oh, not that one. Yeah, so it's not even in transit yet. And expected delivery date is today. So yeah. Yeah, might just have to contact them and be like, where's this one? Right, we've done a little bit of yellow highlighting. I need a little bit more, not too much. They are kind of getting into shadow here, but then we also have the light from the candle. So we'll add in a bit more yellow on areas where the yellow would be hitting. So one part that you can't see because it's cut off to the side, but I did get my gold ink. Last stream we finished all the Inktense and then I had to stop because I didn't have gold ink. So I got my gold ink and then I went over it and I added all my stickles. So this is not showing up as sparkly as it should, but it's so sparkly because we love glitter. Glitter. So yeah. And I might add a little bit more glitter on top of the gold because I want the gold ridiculous. Like, I want that ridiculously sparkly ridiculous. Because that's fun. Right, I need like a coppery brown colour. We're getting a bit heavy-handed here, so hopefully you'll work. I didn't pre-order mine. I could have ordered it dark. I'm not. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. I haven't flipped it yet. I haven't seen any flip throughs. Initially, I was debating when the flip throughs first started coming out, because I was like, do I wait for me to get it, or do I sneak a preview? And then I wasn't sure, but then I had a beautiful friend of mine message who did get it, or did see the flip throughs, and was like, hey, I'm going to send you a trigger warning, because there are some very dark natured things in here, and there's a couple of pages that I suspect are going to be triggers for you, knowing you and your triggers. So I really did appreciate that, and so decided that I would wait till I had the book in person, because then I could flip it at my own speed, and when I'm in the right headspace to flip it, because yeah, I've heard that same thing. However, for me, I didn't cancel the pre-order because Kirby is an auto buy for me. I love Kirby's work. He's a special illustrator, because he was the first illustrator that I found that really made me go, oh, adult colouring. Sarah Richter's Colouring Heaven issue and Kirby Roseanne's were the Mythomorphia were the first two that made me go, oh, and really get into colouring. So yeah, Kirby's special for me. I have every one of Kirby's books, even his compilation books, and yeah, like, part of me is like, I couldn't miss it in my collection, but I also fully understand that this one may be too dark, and there may be pages in this book that I actually glue together, because I will never ever colour them because of the story being told. Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about colouring. There is just so much out there in so many different styles, that even if something isn't your cup of tea, there is so much more to find, that you can find something that suits you. Yeah. So, you know, colour what brings you joy. And if that's not Kirby, that's all good. There's no wrong colouring. It's one of the best things about colouring. You cannot colour wrong. Right, I think... Do I want to do a sharp white highlight there? I don't think I do. I think I like that little bit of frosted white, like it's a little bit of glass frosting. But I don't think we really need to get out the white Posca. So it's very intense. But we will need it for our actual flame. Because the flame needs going over. I need to get off this love seat and get to colouring, but I'm so comfortable right now. Oh, the battle when you find that perfect spot, but you're like, but I gotta move, but I'm perfect. Yep. I know original fairy tales are dark, but maybe I will get it, and if these pages are too dark for me, I'll not colour those. Not sure, but tempted. Yeah. Should expect it to be dark. Fairy tales are dark, and the title is Dark Fairy Tales, and is Kirby. Yeah. I mean, like, we haven't... Kirby's work... Like, apart from Mythic World, I don't think a lot of it's overly dark. And even then in Mythic World, like, the whole book isn't dark. Like, there's a little bit of a taste of it, but I wouldn't say it's an overly dark book. So, yeah. Like, I can understand it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to later on this year. There's also the 10 Years of Kirby book coming out, which is another compilation book, but 10 Years of Kirby. But in it, there's going to be an exclusive one, which means, you know, I triple have to get it. I was going to get it regardless, it's Kirby. But there is a big 4-page spread. So, you know, sometimes in Joanna Basford books, there at the back, there is like a double-page spread, but both pages fold out and you end up with a 4-page spread. I believe it's one of those that are going to be in the book, and that I'm really excited for, because a 4-page Kirby sounds amazing to colour. I have a sneaking suspicion of the image as well, because he has released on his Instagram a few different longer images that would work. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. I know when Alien Worlds first came out, there were so many people who were like, I don't like it, I don't get it, I don't like it, it's not for me, because it was so different from all his other work. And then as more of the community started colouring it and more people got into it, and they're like, oh, I kind of get it, I do like it. So I kind of wonder if that's what's going to happen with Dark Fairy Tales. If, like, there's a lot of people going to go, nah, it's too dark for me, and then they'll see some rendered versions and go, actually, I could colour that page. Because I know that happens a lot with certain books as well, and I'm the same. I will think, oh, I don't really need a book, and then I'll see how people render a page, and I'll be like, actually, I do need that book now. So yeah, I do wonder if that's going to be the case. I love Alien Worlds, by the way. If you are like Alien Worlds, I don't like colouring aliens. The fun thing about Alien Worlds is because it's alien, it can be anything. So it's a great way to just sort of push yourself with colouring, to try different colour choices. Because alien means that the grass doesn't have to be green, the water doesn't have to be blue. So you can really push yourself with weird colour combos, and it's really fun. Right, what am I doing? Paint pens. That's what I'm doing. So I've been sorting out my shelf and putting like things together and trying to organize things. So this is my box of paint pens. I have a lot more paint pens than I realized, but a lot of these are sort of metallic or glitter paint pens. There's not a lot of like, I mean, there are quite a few Poscas and these ones that are like matte paint pens. There's not a lot of fine paint pens, I realized, and I definitely need, like I knew I needed white. I really need white. I also need to get a better box, because this box is already falling apart. Right. I'm not a fan of compilation, but then put 1 or 2 exclusives and that's it. The what monster starts to come out. Yeah, it's a bit of a sneak technique, but I mean, I have all the Kirby's compilation ones, so I'll get it just for consistency, to keep up with the fact that I have every one of his books. Again though, Kirby is a special illustrator for me. It is not essential in any way. Yeah, there is amazing colorists in this community. I'm always blown away by people's colouring. I just love seeing colouring and seeing people colour as well, because like it's such a powerful thing for me, and seeing others engage in it and being, I know, I just get really excited to see people colour. I will always be in the corner going, yes, colouring, show me, show me, show me. And hyping you up for colouring, because you're engaging in a delightful hobby, and that makes me hype. Right, handle. Oh, you can go down here now. Oh, I need to get a better container because that box is already falling apart. I've been in the box for 2 days. Need to get some more of the containers that I got yesterday. They work really well on the shelf. Right, so that's all of that done, except for maybe some highlights on the actual metal lamp itself, but I think we're okay to leave it like that for now. I did a bunch of the ground last night because it was kind of brainless. It was just sitting there with different browns and black and just making sure that everything was sort of solidly coloured in and making sure this area was a bit darker. There's still some little areas of ground to go over, but I did a lot of it. And that was kind of brainless, so I did that last night so I didn't have to think too much. And maybe we'll move on to the plants because the plants are kind of next, avoiding obviously the main characters. I'm still going to do all the water as well, but we'll carry on this way. I haven't done any ground up there, it looks like. All my finished pages are posted on Instagram. Yes. If anyone wants to, so I know, blah, blah. If you want to drop your Instagram handle in the chat so we can all follow everyone, please feel free to. Just keep in mind with YouTube, you can't put the full link, so just put the @ in your Instagram username. Because if you put the, or just put my Insta user is, and just put your username. I would love to put direct links, but if you put them, you're going to get timed out on YouTube. But if you put your usernames, then I can convert them into direct links for people to click. If we're not all following each other. Yeah. Right. Yana. Each. There we go. Making sure this is also a really great way for me to check I'm following y'all. Because I follow a lot of people, but I know I'm not following everyone sometimes. So, there you go. There's Yana. Oh, I got a bunch of messages to look into. Cool, I have done that one. I have done that one. Perfect. Ike. Oh, for the surname? Thank you. Ike. Thank you for putting it in phonetically. You know how terrible I am with words. It's a neat spelling, actually. I need to write that down as a D&D name potential, because that would be a good D&D name. Anyway, me getting distracted. I've been so distracted I also haven't finished my breakfast again. It's sitting on my trolley. One day. Right, plants. So, what are we going to... We need like a dark green. I kind of want to keep it in the earthy tones. I know I used a few more of the blues while I was creating, but I think if we bring in a couple more earthy greens, it will tie it better in as well. There's the Americanization of German pronunciation. In Latvian, it is ehe, ehe, he. I'm probably still butchering it. But it is interesting to see how they, like, how things change as well. And, like, I've talked before about how my name being Amy, the way it's, like, Amy is a common name. But the way my Amy is spelled, A-M-I-E, is actually French. It is Aimé in French. Only French I know. But it actually means friend. So... Right, so we should have a little bit of yellow, which is something I did shade in when I did our base layer. Just a little bit of yellow towards the tips because, again, we've got a sunset. There are little areas where it is getting a little bit of the sunset. But there's a lot of areas that it is not. We want to... I zoomed you out and I forgot to zoom you in again. We want to deepen up our shading. It doesn't need the full thing shaded, but we will make sure our edges are fully coloured in, cleaning up the colours a little bit. Just little touches to bring it together. I think we'll also bring some brown in. So when I went out shopping yesterday, we were also looking for Easter and birthday presents because one of my nibblings has a birthday coming up. So just trying to figure out what to give the nibbling. And of course Easter's coming up, so I had to buy Easter, which I got my Easter presents sorted for the nibblings and is living in a cupboard in the kitchen so that it's nowhere near me and I don't eat them because otherwise I'm going to eat them. Did you get a chance to get better gouache or not quite yet? No, Artsy Endo, I have not gotten better gouache yet. It is still something I'd like to do one day. Yeah. It is on the I do want to try, but hasn't happened. Yeah, normally in February I do try to place an art supply order and that didn't happen at all this year. Yeah, there's been a lot of also what money I have managed to have has kind of gone on to comfort purchases that it shouldn't, so I also haven't purchased the stuff that I've been meaning to purchase. Not that I've had the funds for it, really. I haven't had a lot. It's, yeah. It's a lot. But yeah, I was talking to someone else the other day too about gouache. It's still something I would very much like to get, especially because I did do those painting, like coloured in using paints last month. Really enjoyed it. It did make me want to pull out more of my paints again as well. It was a good time. Made the most amazing Easter baskets. Oh, that sounds lovely. Yana, that sounds absolutely lovely. My mum was always the one responsible for Easter in our house. And we always got massive amounts of chocolate because chocolate was like... Chocolate's big in my household, so yeah. So yeah, lots of chocolate. It was always really good. Dark Wolf Art, hello, hello, welcome in. How are you going today, hun? It is good to see you. Oh, I'm doing that thing where my hand is blocking what I'm colouring again. One of these days I will train myself properly to not actually block the artwork. Alright, a little bit of black, which in the polys is a little bit more of like a warm, super dark brown. I need a scrap piece of paper. This isn't really a scrap piece, but it'll do. Keep it right on the edge. Yeah, so that little layer over the top, just bringing in a bit more brown, has just tied that all together. Just a little bit. It's probably not even something you're picking up on camera, so you'll just have to trust me in real life. But yeah, that means now getting there. So still got a little bit of brown to work over here. And then of course the plant, but we're getting there. And then once we finish working our way around, getting all this sorted, we'll just have our characters. She's coming together. You doing good? I'm glad to hear that, Dark Wolf art. Just so you're aware, we multi-stream here. We're live on both YouTube and Twitch, so you may hear me responding to chat that you're not seeing in your window. The chat above me on screen, up here, combines both chats, so you can say hi. You can say hi across both platforms. When I was a kid, the Easter rabbit would leave my basket on the front porch for me to find. Oh, that's so cute. It's so cute. We grew up religious. I'm not religious now, but we grew up religious. So Easter was always about going to church and church activities. However, because my family was big into chocolate, Mum always made sure we got a ton of chocolate as well. And it wasn't because of like the Easter bunny or anything. It was just, it's Easter. Easter breakfast was always chocolate. It was like Easter and Christmas, your breakfast was chocolate. It was great. As a kid, it was great. I'm painting acrylic. Nice. Acrylics are really fun, actually. I had a lot of fun last month doing some colouring pages in acrylic paint. Took me back. I still need to work better at getting the details and stuff, but I really did enjoy it. I think because it was something a bit different. And yeah, I did look at getting more acrylic paints. It's like, I like acrylic ink too. I think that's partially also why I've been missing Alien Worlds. I want to do more with acrylic inks. I like my acrylic inks. You always impressed me with how you handle details. Thank you, Yana. I appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with leaving the page as is, and I could have actually just left the Inktense base. Like, it works, but I like to deepen the tones, deepen the vibrancy, which is why I use the Inktense as a base, and then come in and shade on top. But it's not about covering up that base, it's just about developing that base. First time with acrylic. Ooh. Well done. What are you painting, Dark Wolf? Art, if you don't mind me asking. We know you're working with acrylic, but what's the subject matter? Well done. It takes time to master any medium, but you gotta practice and play to figure it out. Oh, sounds like my mum has got the vacuum cleaner going. Actually, I need to grab that at some point today and vacuum in here. It might be tomorrow. I was saying I feel like actually I need to spend the weekend sort of cleaning. Been trying to finally get this room sorted and actually finished unpacking, and because I moved in here in what, October, and I still haven't finished unpacking. A sunset beach, oh, so pretty. Sunsets in acrylic are just so good, so good. You got this. I got 2 books as birthday gifts, and they're going to be my anything except pencils book. Paper is going to be good for watermarkers, paint, etc. That is excellent, Yana. Sounds like that'll be good for collage as well. Collage is fun for colouring. It's just fun to experiment with different techniques, you know? Like, play and figure out where you vibe and just try different things. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my pencils. I love my coloured pencils. But it is also really fun some days to try out all the different bits and pieces, try out different techniques, and you never know when you'll come out with something and you'll actually really enjoy it. That's how I found out about the acrylic inks and just absolutely ended up loving it. I just decided to experiment one day with acrylic inks, and I was like, actually, and stumbled into a technique that I really liked, and then yeah, it's become a go-to for me for a lot of pages. Sorry, I'm doing that thing again where I'm blocking your view. Alright, this one, it's not really too much cover here. It's just a little bit. And then making sure we get right up to the edges. Sometimes I miss edges. I'm used to watercolor and graphite. Definitely a big change then into acrylic. Watercolor is actually something I dabble in, but mostly for like abstract backgrounds. I haven't done a lot of like proper watercolor. I'm always blown away by people who do though, like always so gorgeous. Yeah, no, the I think I've been nearby. I do a lot of like just abstract background watercolor. Even with the inks, I do a lot of sort of like abstract-y, and then I pull the details out on top. But they're good for big background areas. Alright, we're going to start by getting a bunch of brown over these leaves, because again, all these leaves need a little bit of earthiness to them. And then we can do that over these stones back here too. Normally I wouldn't shade with the side of the pencil because it would leave too much gap, but it actually kind of works for what we're doing here. We're just sort of adding a little tint over the top. Okay, now we get our green. Do, do, do. One thing I really enjoy playing with in terms of wet media is acrylic inks. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but these ones here, this is my acrylic ink collection. These are all Liquitex acrylic inks, so I haven't got the full collection, as you can see, but I got a few of them. I got a couple new colors recently because I had to buy a replacement gold, which is what's been used on the treasure here. So I got a replacement gold, and I got this beautiful purple up here that I'm really excited for, and then this medium yellow here. But yeah, there's still a few more colors that I would like to get, but I really am enjoying the acrylic inks. But yeah, I should really get the fluoros and the muteds. Getting there. I don't need them all. I want more the ones that are like the wonderful Smalt, who I see has just turned up, taught me how to read the pigment numbers. So I want to get certain pigments first. Hello, Smalt. Dropping in for a bit. How's everyone doing? I'm doing fabulous. I hope you're doing okay, hun. Did you see the QB pay Caran Sylvia did using all? Yeah, I saw a little preview of it. I haven't watched a video yet, but yeah. I mean, it's the perfect book to use all 150 pencils on because you can do a lot of colours on that page. because I have coloured that page myself and it's detailed. Alien worlds. Eventually I'll get to the start. I believe it was this spread here that she did it on. And yeah, you can get a lot of colours in here. Such a cool book though. Been looking forward to getting back to this. We're up to, I believe, this one here. Yeah. So this is my last one in the Water Kingdom. And then once this one's done, this kingdom's done. And this is all acrylic inks. This is all acrylic ink. So I'm excited to get in here, finish off this one. It's already got a gesso base, so just got to get in there and do it really. But then once that one's done, we're on to the Techno Kingdom, and I have a plan for this one, and I think I've found what I'm going to be using for it for media, so I think we're good to go on this one. So excited for that. And then we have our Rock Kingdom, which we already have a plan for as well. So yeah, next two kingdoms are sorted. And then we've got our Fire Kingdom, and I might just do Rainbow Fire, to be perfectly honest. I am not sure, or maybe we will do Traditional Fire. And then we're up to the Crystal Kingdom, which I have started and done a few pages of. So yeah, I'll be finishing off that Forever Whip. And the last two. So it's like the next few planets are like pretty well sorted. So really do need to get back in here. And does anyone know what gouache is better between Arteza, Holbein, and Winsor & Newton? I am not a gouache expert to know. I know Holbein is usually the top tier one. I do have the Winsor & Newton white gouache tube, because I brought that one tube separately. It's alright, I like it, but I'm no expert. That's the one gouache item I have now, because I got rid of the other terrible cheap gouache that I had. And I have never used Arteza, so I can't tell you with Arteza. Someone else may know. You've done an amazing job in Alien Worlds. Thank you so much, Shiana. I do really love it. Shadow, what are you doing? Oh. You've been up here already and had your treats already. Because Smolt's here and you know Smolt likes saying hi to you. Hey, Jester. It's World Champions of Figure Skating this week. So many competitions in the next few days. Ooh. Might have to see if I can find it on YouTube, because it's the sort of thing that's good to put on YouTube as well. I love figure skating. It's so pretty. My cooking skills are so great, even the smoke alarm cheers me. Well done, Jester. Welcome in. Sorry, we have Shadow. This is Shadow the cat. Very, very clingy. Loves to join us for streams. Loves to join us for art. Particularly loves jumping over my desk when there's wet media about. Loves to drool everywhere. Off the artwork. Off the artwork. No, don't settle there. So we just have to close up, because otherwise we're going to get cat drool everywhere. Have a couple more. Had way too many of these today. Naughty little shite. I have not tried any of the brands, but Winsor & Newton and Holbein are legacy brands for a reason, and I would put my trust in them if I had the funds for it. Yeah, that's a good way to view it. Like, that makes a lot of sense, Smolt. Don't show your butt. Right, are you done? Can I have my desk back? Please don't hit the camera. I need to have like a cat cam, but he's not the easiest to capture sometimes. Alright, let's see if we babyfy you, if you'll settle now. Here you go. I can send you a link to a YouTube channel so you can catch replays. That might be cool. He's just so cute. He is kind of cute. He is a little annoying sometimes, but he can be very cute. He jumped on my chest at like 6:30 this morning and was like sitting right here and booping me with his cold nose because he wanted to go out. But it takes me like an hour to unlock in the morning, so it's like, you're gonna have to wait. And so he just keeps lying on my chest staring at me like, why are we not moving right now? Why are we not moving right now? It's like, you should know by now, Shadow. We need time to stretch in the morning. We take time to move to unlock the body. You're going to settle and let me colour? You might just settle. You might just settle and stay there. When you're here. See, this is why I have to vacuum my room, because I just have black clumps of hair everywhere. Alright, he might let me settle. I'm gonna have to do this with a cat in hand. And clumps of fur. This is all over my carpet. Alright, one-handed. We might be a little askew, but we'll do our best. Because I have a baby in my hands. He might be angry that he's not being the centre of attention and doesn't get both my hands and isn't getting active pats. Even though he's being held. But we'll see how we go. Been playing Disney films since last Thursday. It's been keeping the cat entertained. She's eyeing Mickey Mouse, or sometimes if I'm lying in bed and he comes to join me in bed, I'll put like a fishes under the water video on my phone. That'll keep him going for a while. No, you're not going on the desk. No. Oh my god. Where are you going now? You cannot stay on the artwork. You drool. This is a problem. I haven't got a space for you by the window. Is this the problem? You think that there should be a bed by the window for you again? Give me a moment. I'll get you situated. Is that the problem? There's no room for you up there. There you go. Does that make it better? Yes, we're losing him to the window. Alright. And look, we can even open the window for you. There you go. He wants to sit at the window and look at the birds. Okay. Oh, I feel like I got cat hair on my face and it's irritating. So just outside my window there's a ledge, and the ledge is big enough that he can actually stand on it, and so that's what he sleeps on. As long as he doesn't try to jump off the ledge, which is always my concern, because from the ledge is a 2-story drop. I'd like to think he's smart enough not to do that. But also never say never. Oh, are you done? You explored the window and now you're done? Would you like to get down now? I don't know why you went that way where you're completely trapped. There you go. Are you getting down? Don't try and land there, you'll fall. Thank you. He's done. He came for some treats, some cuddles, and to stare out the window. Now he's done. Hopefully he'll find somewhere to go and sleep. Now I feel itchy like I'm covered in cat fur. Probably am all covered in cat fur, to be perfectly honest. Do, 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 do. Oh, brown pixel. Kind of want to do more glitter over all the gold. Like, it's, I want the treasure to be ridiculously glittery, because in my mind these are the kids actually playing pretend pirates. Because keeping in mind this is a story about like kids and their adventures throughout the year. Like, it's a story of precious cats throughout the year, right? So some of these things are them like doing legit things like berry picking or washing chores and doing clothes and going and getting groceries and stuff like that. Like, some of them are legit, but then some of them are them playing and pretending. And so here they've like got a little tree fort that they're playing at, so I can see that being a real life thing, and here's them camping. But here where they're like pirates all dressed up, I feel like this is them playing pretend, so you can go a bit ridiculous and over the top with all the gems and the glitter. It's like when we did the Rainbow Candy Village, this is them playing pretend and like with this Rainbow Candy Village, so we went ridiculous. That's kind of why I'm like, it can be really glittery again, over the top, and all sorts of fun. Oy. Alright. So we bring in the yellow. Light green. You don't have to do a lot again because of this base layer. It just really takes away a lot of the work. It's just about pushing and developing those shadows. What is the time? Oh, wow, we've been going for an hour and a half already. No wonder I feel like a stretch. Let's finish off these leaves, and then we will take a little self-care break, because it's good to look after yourself. So I don't know if anyone has anything exciting that they're planning to do for the weekend. Chaotic Colouring Dreams. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you going today, huh? We want a little bit deeper for these ones. Especially down here where it's really not getting a lot of light. It's me, Dee. Oh, Dee's Colouring Dreams. Ah, have you rebranded? Well, welcome in. It was Dee's Colouring Dreams, right? Or is there another D that I'm... think? Maybe? Hopefully I've got the right D and I haven't got my D's confused. I could have my D's confused. Yes! Yay! I'm glad when I do actually remember the right people because I feel really bad. And I'm like, wait. How are you going? Right, we are going to put the pencils down for 2 seconds and just do some self-care. If you haven't moved in the last hour and a half, you should be moving. Let's do a little stretch. Let's do a little hydrate. Let's get all the cat fur off the front of us. Yes, let's do some stretches. Oh, loosen up the body. How are you going today, Dee? Are you working on anything right now? Is anyone else working on anything out there in colouring land? I know it probably doesn't look like we've made any progress today, but we have made progress today. Like, I know we're just doing background bits and deepening the shadows, but it is making progress. Oh, right goes all the bones. Alright, a couple more bites of my breakfast. Breakfast at 10:30. Alright, feel better after a stretch. So now we're going to work on this little area. We're just going to put a brown layer over this because the yellow's a little intense here. The yellow's okay being intense here because this is getting more direct light, but this is starting to get into the cave. We do want to leave a little edge where it is quite intense, but the rest of this is just too intense. So we're just going to tone it down by adding in some layers of brown, and because Polychromos are quite translucent and can be layered, we can just literally scribble over the top and it will give us that layer that will tone it down, and we'll just increase the darkness of our pencil to tone it down more and more. No, I haven't really felt like colouring. Healing is taking longer than usual. That's okay. That's the beautiful thing about colouring. It'll be there when you're ready for it, and if it's not the right time for colouring right now, there's always something else to engage in. I hope you do find your way back to the joy when you're ready to. I mean, I basically took a month and a bit off because I didn't find the joy in colouring for a while. I just needed some time off. That's quite good. I think we all get a bit creatively burnt out sometimes too. Don't think my comments are going through. See if anything's... No, I've got no notification that any messages are being held. Admittedly, I don't know for certain, but I have got live chat. All messages are visible. Let me just check moderation levels in case for some reason that's changed, but I don't think so. needs to know. Oh, okay. It looks like links are not blocked now. They might have changed it. Man, there should be no moderation in my live chat. It should be good. Should be good. Not sure why Artsy Endo. Let me know if you can. If things yeah, there's no blocked terms unless it's like YouTube has got like an automated mod thing on top, but I'm not getting any notification that anything should be blocked, so yeah. Oh, I just see there is a message from you. I said I will PM you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I just saw the message. Okay. I will go into more details of that later on if need be. But yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure why. I'll try and have a look into it a little bit later on. It is meant to be that legit these meant to be like no moderation because I have mods. They're modding, so there shouldn't be, but it's also possible YouTube is blocking certain terms even though nothing is actually blocked on my channel. I don't know. I will try and look into it later on and see if I can figure it out. Like for Twitch, when you're streaming on Twitch, and I have moderation on Twitch, but there's a lot more spam bots on Twitch. But when someone comes in and says something that could be deemed bad, or if you choose certain words, it will hold the message, and either you or the mods can go in there and approve the message or delete the message, but it holds it, and you're still aware that a message is there, but it's just held and not displayed. And then you can go in and delete or approve, or your mods can if they see it first. So yeah, it makes it much easier. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. Very strange. But I'll try and have a look into it afterwards to see if I can figure it out. Admittedly, I'm still learning a lot of the like more technical side of YouTube because of course I've streamed on Twitch for years. So that's very easy to me, but YouTube it's still like, how do I do these things on YouTube? But we're learning. And I'm just grateful now that they changed all the rules so I can stream to both platforms and hang out with everyone, and you all can hang out on the platform that you're most comfortable in. And it's still like easy enough to stream to YouTube. It's just learning all the like all the features and stuff like that, and the technical side. Which, because Twitch is a live stream only platform, it's a little better set up for it because it is designed for live streaming, so it's set up a little bit more towards that, whereas YouTube is a content platform that happens to do live streaming now. So they're not as set up, but they are developing. I'm just glad I can stream to both. Yeah. Welcome in, Brittany. Sorry things aren't going well. Hopefully we can help you find a little bit of joy here. Alright. I think we can consider that all covered. Alright, so there should be a little bit of shadow here from on this rock from heat, because he would be casting a bit of a shadow. So we're just gonna deepen up in here. Just deepen up this rock here because it's a bit light. Make sure we get a lot of shadow around his boot. Okay, I think we're getting there with this section. Just tone down the rest of these and use this to also fill in the gaps and anything left over here. I think everyone is happy with that. Streamers and viewers. I see some Twitch streamers now doing the double stream. Yeah, there's a lot more people who are doing the double stream now. Or doing like Twitch and TikTok, for example. For a long time, it was you couldn't, if you were streaming on Twitch, you couldn't stream anywhere else. Like, same content or anything like that. And then as more sites like TikTok and Instagram, particularly Instagram Live, happened, they said, okay, we'll allow it for those that are more vertical. There was a way that they worded it, but they were saying basically you could do it for Instagram, but you couldn't do it for YouTube, because Instagram was like a completely different style with the way they had theirs. And then they finally relented and were like, no, we'll actually let you do it multi-stream at the same time. It was just, there are some caveats that you are meant to adhere to in terms of like not sending people away or something like that. I can't remember exactly how they word it, but also, you know, I'm small, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty small on there, so I actually get more interaction on YouTube anyway. But yeah, I just like it because it means that y'all can hang out in the stream that you're comfortable hanging out in, on the platform that you're comfortable in, and there's pros and cons to both, so I'm just glad I can do both now. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely contact Google about the issue but I'm sure if I just do a Google, I'll find what I need the answer to as well. Like, there's a lot of information out there. It's just one of those things where I need to sit down and just read up on it. Yeah, won't be an issue. Alright, just giving my hands a bit of a stretch. But that does there, so we've got this rock back here and just in here. So we might as well do all the rocks because we've got a lot of rock here to do. Just moving my pencils around so I can get up here a bit easier. We are indeed making our way around with this background. Like, it's getting there. There's still more I'd like to do, but we are getting there. So we are going to use a little bit of nougat over these rocks. Now these ones can have a little bit more stronger yellow around the edges because they are getting more direct light. They're out in the sunlight, so it would make sense that they're getting more of that yellow glow from the sunset. However, you still want to make sure little things like the brown goes right up to the edge and we don't have any white spots where I've missed in basing. We can have a bit of a texture, but we still, these are a bit overly textured, so we're going to smooth it down a little bit as well because the light would kind of smooth things a bit. So we'll just smooth it a bit, just some little touches, and then we'll go around the edges in yellow, and that'll cover up anywhere where like some red or orange might have gotten through or anything like that. So it's not a lot, but it just adds that little finishing detail to in here. And because we did all that base work, I don't even have to be particularly pedantic about how I lay my pencil down. I can just kind of scribble it on, which is nice. I'm sure a couple people coming from Twitch to YouTube to stream, and shortly they're allowed. Yeah, so what happened there was, it was called AdGate. And they changed their, how they did revenue and ads, and so a lot of people moved to YouTube because they could get better financial gains. That was part of it. I prefer YouTube chat, plus I have YouTube Premium, and on Twitch I have to watch the ads. Yeah, so I don't have ads on my channel, so you wouldn't have ads on mine, but yeah, if they are affiliate or partner, there can be ads. You can get the equivalent of YouTube Premium on Twitch, which is Turbo, or you can subscribe individually like you can on YouTube with channel partnerships. Yeah. But yeah, that also, like, it is a way for people to earn money. I understand wanting to earn money. I do like when they have the ads once an hour and they do a 3-minute ad window, because you could use it as a timer to stop and take a self-care break. So that's what I used to do, was just stop and take a 3-minute break every hour. We would stretch and stuff like that and use it as a timer that way, and then nothing was being missed because it was a break regardless. But yeah, easier when you don't have monetization on any channel to not have ads. But yeah, I also have YouTube Premium because I watch so much YouTube that it's actually worthwhile to me to do YouTube Premium, I've realized. So yeah, and it worked out great because we were babysitting the nibblings and I hooked up my YouTube to the television because they wanted to watch specific things. And we have YouTube Kids, but the things they wanted to watch weren't under YouTube Kids, but they were, you know, kid friendly. It was basically they wanted to watch cat videos, and I was like, yeah, we'll go into my YouTube for that. So we were just looking up cat videos and having great fun watching cat videos. I watch Riki streams and nighttime sleepy streams, and he adds sort of defeat the purpose of relaxing streams. They absolutely do. Oh my gosh, the long form content videos where it's just someone either a lot of them, there's quite a few that paint with gouache, and they're usually painting sort of like Studio Ghibli style scenes. Those are really neat to fall asleep to, and it's just painting and relaxing music, or there's some coloring that does that too, where it's just like relaxing music, or just like the sounds of the materials. I fall asleep to those a lot. Although they are a bit like stimulating in a way, because I'll watch them and then I get ideas and I want to like paint what I'm seeing. So that's the only downside. Yeah. And that's the same thing for me, Endo. It's like, it gets to a point of, yeah, it's actually worthwhile. Like, I spend 6 to 8 hours, because I work from home and stuff like that. Like, YouTube's usually going in the background. So it's like, if I'm spending 6 to 8 hours naturally watching videos, let's just skip the ads. But, you know, it's also, I think I was reading it and it's called like subscription burner. Because there's so many things now where there's like subscribe, and it's like, yeah, no. And I definitely feel that way too. And that was a big reason why I didn't want to have monetization on my channel, because I feel burnt out. Plus, it puts a lot of pressure on me to be, like, professional. And it's like, nah, I don't need that pressure. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm just doing this to hang out and share the vibe of colouring and meet new friends and chat and hang and, you know. So, it's an easy decision for me. I do qualify to have it on a lot of my platforms. I just choose not to. But that's my choice. There's no right or wrong choice, you know? You gotta do what's right for you. And that's why I like the fact now I can multi-stream and you all can be on the platform of your choice that suits you. So for those that have YouTube Premium, you can do free YouTube. I just wish it was easier to find people live streaming on YouTube. Because like, when I'll go onto Twitch and I'll search for people colouring on Twitch and I'll find a couple. Then I'll go onto YouTube, but it's hard to find people who are live. Because, like, you can find content. Yeah, you can find a ton of colouring content. But sometimes I want to find a live stream to hang in, you know? I want to chat with people and talk about colouring. And it's hard to find a live stream. And so that's where it's a little frustrating for me. Because, like, that happened the other day. I actually had some socialisation spoons. I couldn't find anyone on Twitch colouring. So I went to YouTube. And none of my subs were live. Because I do follow quite a few live streamers. But yeah, it's just like I can't find anyone else that's live. Yeah. So that's my like one big gripe, is it's just hard to find people. Because, you know, there's something, I mean, I'm talking to a crowd of people at a live stream, so I think you get it. But yeah, like, you know, there's something special about being in a live stream and hanging and chatting and meeting up with people, and, you know, like, there's a socialization aspect that comes from live streams, which is why I enjoy it so much. And I understand, because, you know, being someone who makes YouTube videos and talks with a lot of content creators on YouTube, a lot of them are like, no, I couldn't live stream, I like videos. And I'm like, I actually prefer live streams, because there's no structure, there's no format, it's just whatever comes up is how we roll. And that's what I enjoy about live streams, is you just get to chat, and it's a conversation while you're colouring. It's like going out for a cup of coffee with some friends, but instead you're colouring, you know? I like that. Yeah. I think there's a lot of colourists streaming here. There's a handful, but not as many on Twitch. There are quite a few people that do some live streams on YouTube, but yeah, because YouTube's not think most people focus on putting out videos rather than live streaming on YouTube. But there are some people that do live stream colouring on YouTube. It's also finding the times that match, because of course the time zones are a big issue too. But you can always watch VODs as well. I'm like determined to find all the live streamers, so like I will find you all. Disney Queen, hello, hello, welcome in. How are you going? And Yana, all good? Yes, fixing something to eat is very important. Should really keep working away on my breakfast. Alright, we want to make sure we get a nice bright yellow edge for all this gorgeous sunset light that would be hitting here. Oh, no, I need to leave that out, so remember to keep messaging you upstream. Right. So, like that section. So, we need to bring a bunch of yellow around here, because our candles are glowing. I just coloured onto the page behind. Good job, Amy. A little bit of yellow there, and then here's our nougat. I really want to stream just because I'm so lonely all the time, 24-hour stream. There are some people who legit stream themselves sleeping on Twitch. There's some strange streams out there, but yeah, it's definitely fun. It's a bit, yeah. So I hear a lot of people that make videos saying they don't stream because it's too exhausting, or they don't have the space or silence necessary. Can be treated. Yeah. There are things to consider. You do need to have, you need a bit of tech. Phones have made it easier. There's a lot more software out there now that makes it easier to just get into live streaming from devices than like back when I first started. Webcams were a lot more expensive, and microphones and stuff like that. So you do have to have a bit of tech. There is a bit of setup. Depending how you stream, can get a bit more technical. So for example, I stream through OBS using a webcam and a mic, so I have like programs to set up. You can't just hit a button with OBS. You have to connect that. You have to set up different criteria. You have to, so there's a little bit of technical side that gets into it. But then on top of that, there is also this element of comfortableness with streaming, which I think a lot of people, it's the part that a lot of people feel quite difficult on, because I'm here chatting with you, but I have to be comfortable to just keep chatting. Like, when you all are responding and we're talking like we are right now, when you all are putting things in chat and I'm responding to chat, like that's kind of easy. Things naturally flow. But particularly when you're first streaming, but also it happens here too. Like, I have dead space. I have times where people aren't putting anything in chat and it's all on me. I have to think and I have to keep talking. I have to keep engaging even though no one's here, because like you need to be engaging for others to maybe feel comfortable to engage. There are exceptions to all this as well, but you know, you need to be able to fill dead space, and that can be really challenging when you first start. It can be very uncomfortable, and also like some days I legit don't have the social spoons. I have stream days where I am tired and in pain, and you can tell those streams because I'm a lot quieter, which is one of the reasons why when I started streaming again, because keeping in mind I've streamed for 10 years and there's been periods on and off in that. And when I started actively streaming again in 2022, when I came in with colouring, one of the things that I decided was that I was going to come in but be very upfront about my health, my well-being, and admit that there are days where things aren't as great for me. I'm not going to be as on, I'm not going to be as bubbly and talkative, and I just don't have, I have capabilities to stream that day, but I'm not the most social or engaging that day. And I really enjoyed that because it's created, like when I sat down to think about what I wanted in terms of the space, there's a few other things that I decided, but that was one of them. Coming back, that has allowed me to have quite a, like, create the space that I wanted. But yeah, it can take a minute to get used to this. Like, yeah. And then some people prefer being able to edit, cut mistakes out or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I'm not the type of person that I hate video editing. I think most people who make content hate video editing. I say most people, there's some people who enjoy it. Most of us hate it. I'm also the type that doesn't like to make a script or sit down and plan things. I just like to film off the cuff. So for me, a recorded tutorial is really hard. I would rather do a live stream and explain it to you live and get that immediate feedback of, oh yeah, no, that makes sense, or no, that doesn't actually make sense. Can you clarify more details for me? So that's, like, I will talk about techniques and all sorts of stuff during my lives. You're always welcome to ask me questions and I will answer them in great detail. We'll probably derail the stream for 2 hours talking about techniques because that's what happens. Because I know you're interested, and it's what I will deep dive into. But to try and sit down and film a recorded tutorial is very difficult for me because that means I need to actually try and figure out how to explain how I do something. Like, I have been asked so many times for a light tutorial, and for me to try and sit down, like the amount of times I've sat down to try and write out and figure out my process for light, and I can't because it's just intuitive for me. It just happens. But if I'm working on something live, I can kind of explain it as I'm doing it because it's like, oh, and now I'm going to do this. And yeah, I think this is lacking something. Or like, yeah, I like the way this brown's shaded, but we've got too many white spots and we need to tone it down a bit. So I'm going to add a layer of nougat in. Like, it's just what comes to me at the time. But see, that's, for me, that doesn't make it right or wrong. Everyone has their own approaches and their own techniques. So if you're someone who's like, I have to sit down, I have to have a structure, I have to know what I'm going to talk about, that's fine. And maybe that's why recorded content is better for how you want to film. Like, you don't have to live stream, you don't have to make content, you don't have to do social media, you can just colour for yourself. I know some amazing colorists that don't post their colorings anywhere because they color for themselves. I'm okay, a lot going on my end. I'm going to the aquarium next week with my grandpa on Tuesday. Nice, Disney Queen. Like, the aquarium, I know aquariums aren't always the best spaces, but I freaking love them. Like, I know the animals should be out in the ocean, but I also really love seeing the sea animals. There are some aquariums that do good for preservation though, but yeah, freaking love sea life. So I'm with you on the aquariums. Aquariums are magic. We have it's not an aquarium, it's like the sea, it's kind of like an aquarium, but it's not really an aquarium. It's called Cully Tartans. I'm sure it's still existing. It's been ages since I've been to it, and I should go to it. Yeah, they do call it an aquarium. Okay. Yeah. The, it's like, so it was built from disused sewage storage tanks. You know, reduce, reuse, but it's also on the waterfront, so you can actually go under the water and see, like, the creatures in these big open sea spaces and stuff like that. It goes under the harbour. It's really cool. Yeah, and there's like a stingray bay and all sorts of stuff, so I want to go back there again. I love going to the aquarium. Yeah. I love the aquarium. I just love sea life though. I want to be a mermaid. I am a mermaid, let's face it. I'm a mermaid. Under the water, under the sea. You're really honest and upfront, and it helps your audience to understand what is the mood. Yeah. When I came back, I knew that I wanted to create a space which was safe for the audience, so that is why I have a very PG safe space stream, but also a stream that was safe for me, and that meant creating a space that I could say, hey, today's not a great day, taking all the pressure off me to be a certain way. My streams will never be high energy or this or this or this, you know, but it'll be me, and by doing that it creates a stream that is genuinely me, and then I feel like you're like hanging out here because I'm being myself. And like, streams still get chaotic and they do get energetic, but we also have days where we're not, so we go very chill. But I enjoy it. I really do enjoy live streaming. And yes, I do still take breaks. I will always take mental health breaks. Something I've talked about before. Breaks will come, and that's okay. Winter! Hello, hello! I do agree. It's so hard for me to create a video tutorial or anything because so much of the time when I start my page, my brain switches it up 1,000 times from start to finish. So I can't guarantee that what I'm teaching will end up in the video. Exactly! It's like, when I did that 4.5 hour long video for the art collage page, and I did that to show just how much that page will change because there's no plan going into it. It is created in response to what is going on the page. And I went in with some ideas, but it was like, this may entirely change. Unfortunately, I've seen some colorists sit in the roof. Yeah, it is. I'm very lucky that I've had nothing but positivity and love from the community, and that's what I try to put into the community because I do believe you give what you get. So, but you're also not responsible for other people, but we can try our best. All I try to do is create a space of glittery, bubbly happiness. You can come in and just be safe and cozy and just vibe and hang and talk about colouring and talk about supplies and talk about techniques and books and, you know, candy. We talk a lot about candy. And just talk about what inspires you and excites you and meet like-minded happy people. Yeah. Yeah. I can't colour worth a crud, but I'm so tired of being alone. Well, Catherine, first off, anyone can colour. Doesn't matter how you colour, it's the point of colouring. It doesn't matter, it's not even about how it outcomes, it's just about the process of doing. So, you know, however you're choosing to be creative. But also people stream other things. There's people who, you know, just create like workspaces, which is just playing music and just hanging while they're doing work. There's buddy like co-working, that's like co-working streams, people who stream while cleaning up or, you know, just doing housework, or, you know, these colouring obviously, but all sorts of arts and crafts and gaming, and these people who just come on and do chatting streams. Mukbang started in Korea of people live streaming eating dinner so that they wouldn't be alone while they ate dinner, and they would share a meal on the internet. That's what mukbang originally was. It wasn't eating piles and piles and piles of food. It was literally because in Korea it's like you're meant to share meals. And so because these people were alone, they live streamed themselves eating dinner so that they could have all the people who were eating alone join in together and share a meal together online. So, you know, like there's these people who stream themselves sleeping. You name it, there's probably a live stream for it. There's a whole category on Twitch, which is quite a fun category to go into, which is animal zoos and Aquarians, I think it is. It's literally people who will point cameras at like their cat enclosure or their hamster enclosure or actual parks and zoos that will like set up cameras. There's one that's in an otter sanctuary, and it's so cute when the otters come out and you just watch these otters scramble around everywhere. Yeah, like it's the internet, you name it, you can find it. Yeah. Yeah, the arts endo, the thing when you're talking about people being people, it's, what's that term? It's like the relationship thing. Like sometimes it doesn't feel like the people that we watch are people. Parasocial, that can be it. Yeah. But yeah, it's person first, you know? And that's why I will take breaks. I will disappear. I'll try to remember to like put a thing up saying, hey, I'm taking a break away. But yeah, I will always take a break away, and I always encourage people, if they need to take a step away, take a step away. Look after yourself. You can't be for everyone else if you can't be for yourself first. So, and that's why some months I don't do any videos except for completed pages, which is pretty much March. I did completed pages in March, and that's it. Yeah, work that goes into filming a colouring tutorial. Yeah, colouring tutorials are a lot. I mean, as I said, most months all I'm doing is putting up completed pages, and that's okay. Like, completed pages is easy for me to film. It's fun for me to film. I love completed pages, and I love completed pages videos. I like complete collection tours. They're easy to film. Flip throughs are easy to film. But yeah, tutorials, they take a bit of effort. People stream themselves reading in silence. Yeah, there are a lot of different streams out there. I think at the end of the day with streaming, it's the same thing with content making or anything. Like, as long as what you're doing is true to who you are and it's something you enjoy doing. Because of course, like, video game streams are huge. There's a lot of people that stream playing different video games, and if you are streaming a game that you enjoy genuinely, it shows over streaming a game that is just popular because you just want to stream, right? And like, I occasionally watch game streamers. I'm not a huge game stream watcher, but I will watch game streams, and you can tell when someone is streaming a game just because it's a popular game versus streaming a game that they really want to play or a game that they enjoy. And I will watch games that I'm not interested in just because I enjoy the streamer and I enjoy the joy that the streamer is showing. But yeah, you can. There's a lot of streams out there. I really like also. There's DJ streams, people creating music live. They're quite good to just put on in the background because you just get music. Yeah, cooking streams are fun if you enjoy watching cooking, seeing what people are making for dinner. Yeah, legit, you name it, you can find a stream for it. But yeah, just finding what you enjoy. And it's not even like you necessarily need to stream. Like, you can go to streams, and if you can find communities that you enjoy hanging out with, you can also vibe and hang in the community and just be a big part of the community as well. So you don't have to be the one streaming. You can still be an important part of the community. I am still on the exact same artist I always play. We're just really deep into the playlist. like really, really deep into the playlist. I normally never get this deep. It's usually reset before now. So we're still on stream beats. Yeah. We're just that deep into it. There's like, oh, I pressed the wrong button there. I don't even know how many years worth of music and stream beats that you can dig into. Yeah. I did skip an album before because it was feeling like my brain was vibrating on it. It's the only way I could describe it. So, but yeah, I just let it play and I don't mind. It's DMCA free music, so I don't get pinged with copyright strikes normally, unless someone uses it to create their own and then tries to claim copyright on it. But it's also just a variety of enough music that I can just let it play and just let it do its thing, and we just work our way through the albums. And then every once in a while I'll reset it back to the start. Usually because I've listened to Spotify on my computer, which has resulted in me restarting the playlist because I've listened to a different playlist on the computer, but I haven't actually been pulling up Spotify on my computer lately, so it's just been able to keep going and going and going. I used to be into well, it wasn't so much I was into it. I had an ex-partner who was very into EDM in house. So, yeah, for several years, it was just consistently EDM in house. So there's a little bit, like, I kind of grew to like it because I was around it so much. But it's also, it goes with my same sort of, like, classical instrumental. Like, if it doesn't have the words, I can kind of vibe with it because I like it without the words. It's just good background. When it's got words, it starts getting a bit like overwhelming in my brain. I like instrumental music. I just always have. Ooh. So we're just making sure we've got everything covered up. I enjoy the darker side of techno. I like to call it goth industrial death techno. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Hello, Chai. Hello, hello, hello. Kia ora, Raiders. We come bearing tea and shiny rocks. That's the best combo, especially because I'm working on rocks right now. So please give me your shiny rocks. But yes, hello Raiders. Sincerely Memes, welcome to the channel. Sammy, welcome back. And of course, lovely Chai. Hello, hello. If you are on Twitch, any moment when I type it out like a good streamer. Ooh, making me lean. There's a little heart in your chat that is hollow. You should click it to follow Chai Latte Nebula, who is a wonderful Kiwi streamer who does stream video games, but very chill, fun, cozy, sometimes indie, wonderful games. And it is just a glorious space to hang out in. Is also our resident rock expert because they are a literal geologist and just got a job. So everybody give Chai a big congratulations because whoop whoop. It is exciting. Now, I hope you had a wonderful stream, Chai. What were you up to today? What were you playing? And if anyone needs to do the raid and fade or raid and self-care, please feel free to. But if you want to hang around and vibe, you're also welcome to. If you have not met me before, Kia ora, my name is Amy. I am a colourist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I work with coloured pencils to colour in pictures. And we focus on having just a chill, cozy time, creating sort of like a happy, glittery little bubble on the internet where we can vibe and hang and colour in pretty pictures and escape reality, basically. Barrow, a new remake? I have never heard of that. You could have told me to do the shout out. Sammy, I'm terrible at asking my mods to do anything. I just don't do anything. If I was good at getting my mods to do anything, I would get Sammy to set up the streamer bot entirely for me so that I didn't have to do a damn thing. It will probably work now that I've got better internet and it could actually send the data through. Yeah. Love the shark hoodie too. Yeah. I like the fact that we're getting chilly enough now that I can wear my blanket hoodie, except this one has some holes, but they happen to be the perfect size holes to put my thumbs through, so it's fine. But yeah, the cuffs in these are probably going to go or need to be sewn back down. But it works. They're just bum holes now. It's not intentional, but it works. It's a remake of a very old game where it's basically a city builder, but in ancient Egypt. Ooh, that sounds cool. It actually sounds kind of cool. I've been in a Stardew mood again. It's Friday night. Might end up playing some Stardew tonight. Congratulations, Jai. Thank you, Winter. And yes, for any of our new friends here, we dual stream. So we're live on both YouTube and Twitch. You may hear me chatting to people that you don't see in your particular platform. But directly above me, up here, we've got this camera's reversed now. Up here, there is both chats combined. So you can say hi across platforms and, you know, see our friends on the other platform. Because I like people to be cozy and comfy on whatever platform they like to use. Oh, itchy nose. I swear I've got cat hair up my nose since Shadow kept him coming in before for cuddles. Alright, so I think we're getting there with the rocks. I feel like we just need to darken a little bit up this way because this is coming in a bit. So I think we'll just bring a little bit more up and then we should be good. So yeah, we've done all the base layers with Liquitex. Derwent Inktense. And so now I'm just deepening up areas to develop that shading. So it's not about covering up everything we did, it's just about deepening and making certain things more intense. Itchy nose. Itchy, 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 itchy. Yeah, I like it. I think that's helped a little bit. So I've still got to go over the water and the sky. That hasn't been done yet. And then all the treasure chests over here. But then once all that's done, then it's just the kitties themselves. So we are getting there. I will warn you right now, we're not finishing this on stream today. And I may try to get some more done on the weekend before Sunday's stream. Just so I'm not like trying to rush it all on Sunday. We'll see. I'm going to go and enjoy the sun while I can, but as always, thank you for a lovely cozy space. Anytime, Chai. Thank you so much for raiding in and bringing your friends. Go and enjoy that very precious fleeting sun down there. And I can't wait to hear all about your new job. Yeah, fellow lab tech. It's exciting. Oh, stretch out the hands. Crack goes the hands. Crack goes the hands. Right. So, I actually need to pop to the bathroom. It has been 2.5 hours. We did take a little stretch at 1.5. However, I can feel my back is starting to go like this, which means I need to stand up and actually walk around for a minute. So we are going to take a little bit of a self-care break. I am going to put you on the Be Right Back screen while I pop to the bathroom. I encourage you all to take this opportunity to make yourself a coffee or tea or grab some water, grab a snack, go to the bathroom yourself. Do you have washing in the machine? Do you need to put the dishwasher on? Do you need to take the rubbish out? You know, is there something you can do to look after yourself, to do a little bit of self-care and make the rest of the day a bit easier for yourself? We're going to take 5 minutes or so this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Do some self-care. At the very least, please stretch and have some water, and I'll see you all shortly. Oh, no, I'm not ending stream. We were saying goodbye to Chai, who just finished streaming. So, no, we're just going to take a quick break so I can go to the bathroom. Right as sandwich arrives, in true tradition. Sandwich arrives and we're going on break. Yes, meds is also another good one. Have you had your meds? Also good chicken. Right, I've really got to go to the bathroom, so be back shortly. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Oh. When you gotta go to the bathroom, you gotta go. Oh, so much better. Over. Welcome back, everybody. Sandwich, welcome in with perfect timing once again. True tradition. We go on break just as someone arrives. Enjoy your videos? Yes, the gorgeous Winter 89. Such good videos. I'm still playing catch up on some videos, but love Winter's videos. We were talking earlier about Camellia and Jacova and Mythical Minis. It's like, oh, because I don't have any Camellia and Jacova. It's like, I need to know if Winter's going to do another Mythical, like not Mythical Minis, but you know, do another Minis color along. And if so, which book it is, so I can grab it in advance and have it ready to go and actually work on it. Because it's so cute. How are you going, Sandwich? It is wonderful to see you. It's always great when you can pop in. We are working away on Pirate Kitties. So we did all the Inktense base. Now we are working away on deepening that shading. Cleaning things up where it needs to be cleaned up. We want a really dark wood steering wheel, just so it's different from the brown of the back wall, because in the brown of the wood that we're going to be doing for the barrels and stuff like that. So we really want to deepen this up. Yeah. I'm pretty much stuck at home until after the 1st of May, so I'm needing videos, live streams to keep me from getting bored. Oh, Yana. Well, hey, it's almost the end of the month, so there'll be the influx soon of like April colouring plans, what I coloured in March, all those sort of things. I am, because I'm still being gentle on myself, like April plans is still going to be just like partially whatever I'm in the mood for. Though part of me is tempted to do another like random drawing of pages again, because that's kind of fun, where you just like randomly select pages, or you randomly select books and then you choose a page from it. I did that for New Book November and did that for all the new books, and that was really fun. So it'd be kind of fun to do it with my whole collection. Just see what comes out. Yeah. I am good, I think. Still rummaging around, still sewing, still being glamorous. Fantastic. Promos for the competition I'm in come out soon, and that's exciting. Thanks, Sammy, for being camera lady. Yeah. I am very excited to see. That's exciting. Maybe one day I will get to a show and actually be able to see you doing your thing, Sandwich. I hope so. I'm hoping that will be given the all clear in April and I'll be able to actually travel. It won't be, our next specialist appointment is the 2nd of April, and then I imagine if we're given the all clear there'll be one more checkup after that. But Mum's birthday is also April 12th, so I will need to be here for that. So yeah, but after that we should be quite good to work around. And yeah, I do want to go up and see Sammy. So, and to go and see Sammy, I'm getting a bus to you anyway. So, I'm sure I could convince Sammy to come down to meet me in your town anyway. And be like, just pick me up from here, please. Hamilton's main venue is accessible. Nice. Right in the park performing this year. Oh, that's cool. That sounds really cool. It's exciting. I can drive short distances but keep home to clothes. Can drive to work to get groceries, to go to appointments. Yeah. Short distances is good. It's enough that you can get what you need to get Yana without too much. So that's good. Yeah, well, I'm sorry it's like, I know you're looking forward to the fact that I usually live stream 3 times a week, so it could be 3 videos a week, and then I kind of didn't, but you know, sometimes these things happen. We can't plan life. I did not plan for February, March to go the way it did, but hey, it happens, and yeah. Because originally I was going to do March as Mythical March, and I was actually going to run like a little bit of a hashtag for it, and I had a couple of plans of what I was going to do for March, and I was also going to do a charity stream in March, and that's what I was sort of planning in January, and then I just need to write off March. I feel like March every time it goes to shite, so we just need to write off March. Okay. So now we'll do little highlights of the yellow for where the sun's hitting. But we want to keep it light, because it's not a lot of direct light, it's just that it is getting light that side. And we also have to remember the underside is getting a little bit. But again, not a lot. It's, by this point, we're pretty far back into the cave. But then we also have to consider here as a light source. So that would also be bringing in the new Rhythm Heaven game is coming out, and a new Tomodachi Life game. I really want to get the system they'll release on one day, because huge fan. Ooh, it's like Rhythm Heaven, like DDR, Dance Revolution. Tomodachi, don't know what that one is, but Life Simulator could be fun. Oh, easy. Alright. Where are my paint pens that I used before? There's the yellow. There's the white. It's a rhythm game, and Tomodachi Life is a life sim that's really stupid for the means. Nice. Love it. Hey, as long as you're having fun with it, that's the main thing. I'm debating whether or not I play some Stardew tonight. Cause like, it's after work on Friday, you know? I don't know, I've been playing video games last couple of Fridays. But, knowing me, I'm also just gonna go to bed, go to sleep. I've been in bed so much lately. I might take a walk. I did take a walk. I have been doing walks a lot at night to help with the vape withdrawals. Because it makes me so tired. And I come home and just flop and then basically go to bed super early. Because I have no spoons. Yeah. I'm not surprised. The Binding of Isaac seems like you two sort of game. It's definitely not my type of game. I can't even watch it. I do know of it though because my brother asked me to crochet a little Isaac years and years and years ago. So I did it and I put a magnets in the hand and also crocheted the little cat. So yeah. I'll stick to Stardew. Yeah, Gappy, that's it. We're up to 459 of 640. Whoa. Well done. I should really look at achievements for things. Such a professional gamer. I'm not. I'm really not. I like playing the games that I like playing when I feel like playing video games. I could play more Lego as well. I do like Lego. I have some Lego games I actually haven't played yet, so that'll be my other choice. Although I could also just do colouring tonight because colouring is fun. Depends on my mood. Goodness knows that there's enough stuff to colour. I've been trying to, like, when I get new books in a month, trying to work in those books that month so that, you know, all my new books are worked in. And I've got 2 books left to work in this month. One I got printed yesterday, so I might try and do something in that. And then the other one, I know what I want to do, I just haven't sat down to do it because it's also a double page spread. It's like, got this monstrosity of a double page spread. But I just realised that oh no, paint pen is dry. Dangerous. I got this one printed by Fabiana Trudy, Fantasy Romance Colouring Heaven. It's super cute, but also really cool. There's some really cool pages in here. I like this one with her and the wolf. There's actually a little bit of a story to it. I'm finding the dragon. I love the little baby dragon. And this one's quite cool. Sorry, it's probably a bit shiny. But I like this trio one with her and the wolf and the dragon on top. And then like these ones with dragons. Very, very cool. Dragon and wolf. That one's so cute. Yeah, they're a bit detailed, but I do want to get one of these ones done. Which, if I do a, like, alcohol marker base, it is doable. Yeah, that one might be cool to do some sort of water effects on. There's actually a couple more pages in here, because can't quite fit them all in the clear file. Need to get a bigger clear file. And so I'd like to get something done in there. Hey, there's a lot. There's a lot that I want to colour in this weekend. It's always the thing. There's always so much to colour and not enough time to colour everything. Alright, so I have to make sure that we portray a sense of darkness as we go down, because there's basically no light hitting the barrel down here. So all of this is basically just darkness. around here's the cool grey. Who was a fit queen? She's cool. She's literally the queen in the story. This one here. She's cool. This is by Fabiana Trudy, who did the Little Mermaid one that I got at the same time as the Angel and Demons one that you also have a copy of, Sammy. That is Josh Lee though for the Angel and Demons one. But yeah, she's cool. She's very pretty. She's also one I'd like to colour. Bring in a little bit of lighter grey. Also need to bring in a bit more dark down here. Nougat in here just to fill these areas up. And we'll be creating a shadow, not the cat, legit shadows. Alright, and then we take yellow, just a little touch on the side. It really wouldn't be getting a lot, but it would get some from this candle up here. If I just coloured through to the next page again, I'm going to have to use an eraser. It's fine. And then this light would pulls in some reflex. Right. No, not all that. I want, yeah, dark sepia. A lot of the shading's not bad for the candlesticks. We just need to, again, deepen. As with most things. Just need some contrast. candlestick. It's always the needle. I was debating for a while if I did like all the metal that wasn't just the coins in metallic as well, but then I decided to just keep it the coins. Okay, so just got 2 chests to go. And then the sky and the ocean. And then it's up to the kitties. Kitty detail. A lot of what we're trying to do here is even up our shading because it needs to be dark at the edge here. This is like getting really deep into the cave with no light sources. Damn, sound like a courier van. And some warmer brown. We start layering in the black, which is going to be very critical. Hope you're doing well out there. Remember to have a little stretch, have some water, have a little snack, have some candy. Candy's always good. I found these yesterday, and they're actually quite good. They're quite good to suck on. They've got an interesting texture. I think they're meant to be knockoff Skittles. They're freeze-dried. Not bad. very tangy and sour. I've been lurking, but I have a meeting soon, so shall toddle off. Be well. All good, Winter. Thank you so much for being here. You know I always appreciate when you're here, lovely. I hope your meeting goes well, and we will have to catch up soon. Should message into a buddy with you at some point, because I feel like it's been ages since we've done a buddy. And I say that knowing I was planning on not really doing a lot of buddies next month, but, you know, we'll make an exception for Winter. Yeah. Take care, lovely. I need to figure out next month's fabulous freebie. That's what I really need to be doing. Gonna get stream started, love. Vi and I are playing Split Fiction again. All good. You enjoy, Sammy. I might try to remember to raid over once I'm done for all the Twitch peeps. So we want to create the illusion really that this is like in a lot of darkness, so we are going to go quite heavy with the black down here because we want it to look like there is no light at this point. Don't really be eating this candy. I should be finishing my breakfast. But we'll tip a couple pieces of the candy up. So if I'd been smart, I would have done this first, because now my hand's going to cover up that, but that was just easier to do first. Alright, inside the chest lid. So we're doing the same sort of browns as the woods for the barrels, but it's just that the joinery on the chest is all the coppery tones rather than the silver tones of the barrels. The barrels are silver, the chest and the lamps are bronze, copper, and that left all the coins to be gold. So just, again, we've got all our base layers in there, we've got all our tones in there, we're just deepening shadows, just helping bring that light together. Then once that's done, we can go over to our sea and sky. The sky just needs a layer over the top just to finish blending it together. The sea will get a bunch of color highlights for all the lights on the water. And then our background is entirely done, and all we have left is the pirate kitties themselves. Just bringing out those details. Maybe another layer of glitter, because it's me and I can't help myself. More glitter, more glitter. Hope your own colouring projects are going well out there. If you are colouring, if you're working on other endeavours, I hope they're going well. Shadows. Make sure we get all in there.
It's like music, like rock and roll. Green as you're singing. That's what it was.
That's fair enough, Brittany. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. That's the great thing about music. It is what you vibe and feel like. So, bug. It's the same thing with like colouring and art. It's subjective. And there's so much out there that if you don't like one, there's always something else. Sammy only streams on Twitch. One day she may multi-stream, but she is streaming with the wonderful Violacious, who does stream here on Twitch as well sometimes. She does do multi-streaming as well. I know she's been trying to do that a little bit more lately, so I'll see if I can find it. Can't remember which one she goes live on. She's got a couple of channels. They're playing, there she is. They're playing a video game. Wait, nope. Or is it, why don't you go to live on? It is. Cool. Paste. It's Spy's channel. She may or may not be going live on YouTube again. But she does do a lot of multi-streaming. She also does a lot of mini painting. So you can also check out sort of like arty streams as well. She does a lot of random stuff as well, but she primarily plays video games. And you should be able to hear Sammy on that one too. Yeah. I was thinking about a colour palette count towards colouring. Yes, it does, because you're prepping for a page. Absolutely does. Looking up images of inspiration, whether that be reference inspiration or like other people's colouring that inspires you, that counts. Watching video techniques counts. It's all research. I'm still in the love seat under a blanket and thinking pretty lazy approach to colouring. No, it's not. I saw a thing once that if you're being lazy, you wouldn't feel guilty about it. And I think that's an accurate way to think about it. But also, sometimes the work we do is not... Like, we don't have to be running around like headless chickens 24/7 to be considered working. Like... Sometimes working or being productive is literally just sitting and thinking. It is processing. There's also like self-care and time to rest and recover, and you know, all these things count towards being productive, even though some you might look at this and go, you know, oh, me lying down in bed isn't being productive. Actually it is. For me, I know that I need to go and have a nap. Because if I take that 2-hour rest window, I'm going to be able to stay up for 6 more hours. So that's me actually being productive by taking a rest. Whereas if I push through without that 2-hour rest because a nap isn't productive, I'm going to crash and burn. And I might stay up for 6 hours, but I'm going to zone out the entire time because I am just not rested. It's a form of self-care and it's a form of being productive. So taking the time to sit there, to rest, to let your body heal, and instead just think, process, actually a very productive thing to do. That is what a lot of therapy is actually just sitting there and processing. So, you know, it's still being productive. Precious Burton, hello. It amazes me how creative you are and how much you really put into your artwork. Thank you so much. It's really, really sweet of you to say. Always gorgeous. Thank you. This one is one that I've been doing a lot of work on, but sometimes I don't put as much effort into it, but that's okay because, you know, colouring is what you make of it. So sometimes my colouring pages are a little bit more simpler, and that's okay. That's one we're putting a lot into, but I'm having a lot of fun. And also this is my favourite page and what is one of my favourite books, so there's a little bit of effort going into this one. But I do really love how it's progressing. Like, she's getting there. We're still going to work over the kitties, the water, and the sunset. And I'm just finishing up the chest right now. How are you going today? It is not typical for me. I'm usually get the book, pick up a page, grab a pencil, and go. Hey, that's valid if that works for you too. Sometimes that's me. I will literally dump a book on the desk, and where it opens, I'm like, cool, I'm colouring that. And go. Sometimes I sit down and plan. There's no one formula for colouring. At least not for me. I know there's some people I watch and they are very... Like, they produce the most beautiful pages because they follow the same formula every time, and it's gorgeous, and I'm always blown away by it. But I can't do that. I'm like, but I want to do this, and I want to play with inks, and I want to cut up some pages, and I want to stick some washi tape down, and where's all the glitter? And it's like, nah, this page needs star stickers, and this page would look really good if it was ripped in half and collaged onto this. Like, that's how my brain works, so I can't just stick with one. Let's just sit down at the page and go, you know, I think it needs this. Originally, when I started this page, I was not going to use any actual glitter because I didn't want the texture in the book. It's like, it's going to make it really awful to colour on this side of the page. It's going to make it really awful to colour on this side of the page, and that's going to be future Amy's problem. It's just the way it went. Just got my brute pruner squares, so I'm sharpening and swatching while watching you. Nice. I have wanted to try brute pruners. They look interesting, but I don't really... My big thing with pencil sets is whatever pencils I buy, I want to be able to buy them open stock, because if I find the perfect colours in them, I can't replace them if I use them all up. Or they need to be a set that fills a gap in my current sets. So for example, the Castle Arts Harmonious set, I really want to get my hands on that because the purples and the muted tones in that set, so different from my Polychromos, my Pablos and my Prismacolors. So I really want to get that set. But the brute pruner squares look really fun. I'm a Prisma girl but want to try something harder. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's a good way to try a set as well. It's like, I'm really grateful that now the cost of supplies, it's become a lot more accessible to start off now because there's a lot more options out there that are in beginner friendly budgets basically. Because of the popularity. Like, sometimes, especially with like Ohuhu markers and alcohol markers at the moment, the popularity is a bit of a hindrance because it makes it harder to get certain things. But it's cool to see the popularity making, like, paint pens are becoming, so many brands are doing paint pens now, and you know, all these different bits and pieces that are coming out and about. It's cool to see. Gave my brutes to my granddaughter. They're the only pencils I gave away. They just felt too oily for me. I'm saving up for polys, but I got these for 22 to me, so I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, I have had my polys for, God, coming up 15 years now is when I first started getting them. But I started off, so one year for Christmas I drew a picture of my aunt and my cousin as my aunt's Christmas present, and I did it all in pencils, but I did it in Faber Castel classic colours because it's what I had. So I did this pug portrait for her and I gave it to her for Christmas, and she absolutely loved it. She was really, really touched by it. She's still got it framed up in her house. So she absolutely loved it. And then she was talking to me about how I did it and all this sort of stuff. And my birthday is 2 weeks after Christmas. So after Christmas for my birthday, she surprised me. She went to the local art shop and she went to buy me artist quality pencils because she's like, you could do this and you could sell these, but you need a better quality pencil. So just so it's better light fastness and stuff like that. So she went to the art store and she talked to the person there, and she's like, I want to build a set, want to get a set for my niece. But the pre-made set, she's like, I don't think that's the right color range because she does portraiture. So could you help me choose some portrait colors? And so they did. They got me a set. It was about 20 pencils, open stock. And it was just a range of like browns and neutrals. And there was a couple of peaches, a couple of pinks. There was like a light blue and a light green as well, just to add for like eye colors. But it was a really good little starting set that worked really well for portraiture. So the shop assistant did like a really good job pulling colors on that. And so that was my first Polychromos, with basically 20 of them open stock. And so I started using them and I was like, oh damn, the color payoff, because I was going from what is essentially a kid's school pencil to artist quality pencils. I was like, damn. So I realized I did need to get more of them. So at that time there wasn't an art store in my town. So I used to pop down on payday because I was on a disability benefit back then too for my mental health. So I wasn't working. And most weeks I only had like $2 to $5 spare. And they used to cost me $2 a pencil. So I'd pop in with my $2 that were left over while I was in town, because I used to go to the library every week and they were right by the library. Pop in, grab a new colour. And some weeks were good and I maybe had $20 left over. And so I would go and buy 10 pencils. And then some weeks I didn't even have $2. So I just didn't buy a pencil that week. And I did that for years until I built out my entire set. And it got to the point where I had every colour available locally. And there was 15 pencils that I needed to complete my set that my local shop just didn't stock. And so when I was up in Auckland at the big art store, I grabbed the remaining of them. And that's how I built out my Polychromos. And that's how I will be pulling out my Pablos as well, because I currently have 30 Pablos and I want to expand those. So next time I do a pencil order, there'll be a few more colours that I will grab and just slowly start expanding out the range. I want the Harmonious set also. Yeah, the Harmonious set just looks really interesting. I have the Harmonious set and they do fill in colours not in other sets. Thank you, Yana. Yeah, that's what I suspected. The problem is Castle Arts won't ship to New Zealand. And they're not on Amazon that will ship to New Zealand. And so I'm having difficulties even finding somewhere I could purchase them if I had the funds to purchase them. But yeah, they did look like, to me, they were filling gaps in sets. So I think the Harmonious, like, now when I buy pencils, like I've got Prismas, Polys and Pablos. Polys are my hard firm that are slightly translucent. Prismas are my soft creamies that are opaque. Pablos are in the middle. And between the three of them, I blend sets together. I use them for their different effects. The three of them cover pretty much everything I want to do in pencils. So there's not really a need for me to get more sets, unless it is something that deals in a colorway that those three sets don't have. And that's where the Harmonious set comes in. Obviously I use my Inktense all the time. So Inktense is a bit different. They're more a basing medium, but I use them a lot too. So if doing, I mean, they just expanded the color range, but if they were to expand the color range again in the Inktense, which I wish they would because they're still missing colors, I would grab those immediately as well. Yeah. Yeah, started colouring in September of last year and I love it. It's definitely my escape. Yes. Colouring is a fantastic escape. There is so much mental wellness positivity that comes from this activity. It's so many benefits. I freaking love it. And I'm glad you love it too. You'll find many a colouring fan here. Good bot. Love when the bots do their job. So if I'm going to spend money in pencil, I'd rather buy pencils that have open stock. With that being said, I don't regret getting the Brute Fruit and Macaron. I find that supplement. Yeah, that was another one that I was looking at, was the Macaron. Because of all those, again, those pastel tones, those lighter tones. So that's another one where it did look like there was enough colorways that were different that it justified getting them because they were different. So my recovery, so it definitely helps with that. Yeah, you're not alone in that aspect too. I mean, not me personally, but I know several people in recovery that also use colouring to help with that as well. So I'm glad you've found a positive activity to help. I mean, gosh, I'm just trying to quit vaping at the moment, and that's hard enough. And it's like colour, 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 colour. Distract the brain. Oh, I might need to blow my nose all of a sudden. I swear, when Shadow jumped up here, I swear his cat fur has gone up my nose. Like, it's felt like there's been itchy fur up there this whole time. I'm wouldn't surprise me. I need to vacuum him, get all his little hairs out. We're moving into winter. He should stop molting so much soon. Before anyone's asked. Yes, I do have a cat brush for Shadow. He's a furry cat. And I really can't complain because my own hair molts all over the place too. So, you know, I understand. Yes, energy drinks and colouring. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You're in the right place, Precious. You're in the right place. Alright, so... Oh, I can't believe how close we are to being done on this spread. I mean, we're still... Like, we're not finishing this today again. I will stipulate that. We might be able to finish all the background elements, but we've still got all the kitties to go. And the kitties will take a lot longer, because of course, we'll be doing more detailed work on the kitties. But we are getting there. Okay, no, you're all good. You're all good. Comes from a place of love and understanding. It's quite alright. I still want to put more glitter on the gold. I feel like the glitter on the gold could be more, but then like the glitter on these is like these pure stickles on here, right? So there's a lot of glitter on those, and then I just use like a glitter gel on the gold, plus it's iridescent gold acrylic ink, so it's already got a little bit, but my brain's like, more glitter, more glitter. Brain doesn't need more glitter, Amy. Alright, so now we've just got the sky and the sea for the background, and our background is entirely done. So what we need, I need you to go back in place. Stay. Yay. Kind of. Right, so we already have a yellow out. And I have a little bit of red, but we didn't really use much red in the sky. It was more like pinks and purples. So, this is going to be a bit interesting because I might need to pull out a ton of colours. We'll just start with the yellow. See how far away we can get with this. And there is a translucency even to the Pablos. They're a little bit more opaque than the Polychromos, but they still do have translucency. So I should be able to just layer and pull these right up and then just jump to like a reddy pink and not have to worry too much about the blending. It should just tie it all together. You can only try. If worst comes to worst, I'll layer some orange in between. The colour palette of the Harmony is intriguing, but the no open stock puts me off. Plus I hear the quality is not as great. In general, Castle Arts is a bit expensive for the quality. Yeah. That's also good to know. As I said, I don't have a way to get them. They don't ship to New Zealand, so it's like, well, I just wish more companies would look at the colorways and go, ah. See, I was talking a while ago about like, if I ever got to make my dream set of pencils, right? What would I do? How would I create my dream set of pencils? And I was like, well, after we figure out the pigment type and stuff like that, because there's a difference between oil and waxy pencils. So, you know, pigment types and all that, it's going to make a difference. And that's one technical side to consider. But the biggest thing that I would do that is different than I think a lot of other brands out there is when companies put out a set, they're putting out like a 72 set, and it's just the standard array of colors, right? Like they go out and it's like it's another 72 set of pencils. And it's like, well, we've kind of got all those colors. And I know with the coloring community and the art community, we have our sets of pencils that we gravitate to. We have our sets that we use all the time. And like, I know that if I was making a dream set of pencils, the likelihood of being able to compete with an established brand like Faber Castel, that's not going to happen, right? You're not going to beat existing well-known brands. So what I would do that would be different is instead of releasing like a 72 set, I would release like 12 or 16 packs or something. Still have like a big set with all the colors, but maybe say like, I don't know, 16 packs or something. But it would be color families. So you could buy just the reds in a set. You could buy just the purples in a set. You could just buy the blues. And the colors that I would produce, I would focus on being different from current ranges, with the idea that these pencils are not the, like you could get all the colors and you could use it as a set as is, but the idea is this is a complement set where it goes in and complements your existing sets that you already use, and focus on creating those sets like they did with the Harmonious, but not so, like that's got a few different colorways. In particular the purples, because purples is one color that I find is continuously lacking from a set. I know a lot of people that use a lot of greens up all the times. Like having a set that is just greys and blacks with a variety of greys and blacks, because I feel those lack a lot of variety, especially black. Black is always faulty in my sets. I feel like it's not actually a true black. Like the Faber Castel black is really a very dark, warm brown. It's warm, it's not neutral. So there should be a neutral black, there should be a warm black, there should be a cool black. So that's how I would actually approach pencils and do it that way, so that like you could still go in, you could still buy the entire color range as a big set, but you could also go in and be like, well, I use a lot of greens and I would like to expand my green range, or I've always felt my purples lacking, or I want more pinks. So you could go in and just get those sets to exist, like add to your existing sets. I don't know, that's just how I would approach it. And again, just making colors that aren't available currently in other sets. Right, I need a colour, and I don't know what colour that is. I think it might be you. I don't know if you should be giving you good ideas for free. Look, if any pencil manufacturing company wants to come up with this, I will help them as long as I get a set. That's all I want. I just want the set because I want to expand my color range. You can take the idea, just let me have some sets for free. That's all I ask. Just pay me in pencils. Pay me in purple pencils. Like, I've talked about it before. This here, this is my most precious Faber Castel Polychromos pencil. And you'll be looking at this if you know Polychromos and going, well, that's not a Polychromos. That's not a real colour. It is. It's a discontinued colour. This is 139 light violet. My god, do they need this colour back. This is a pastel grey lavender. It is gorgeous. And you look at the purple range of Faber Castel, which admittedly my colour charts are pretty faded, so ignore that. But you look, we've got a blue violet, we've got an actual, like a grapey violet, that's blue violet but lighter, it's called blue violet, purple violet, violet, manganese violet, and then we go into pinks. Like, that's our purple range, and that bottom one is considered a blue. That is our purple range for Faber Castel. It needs so many more tones in there. Now, at least with Prismacolor, that's the blue fam. And these two, I think, technically count as pinks, but they could work in the purple fam as well. So you get a few more in the Prismacolor. But when you consider that compared to, like, for example, the blue range, which the blue range is all of that, compared to that, yeah. Purple is one of those colours that is there's never enough purples in a set. I understand purple pigment is one of the more expensive ones, and it is one of the harder ones to manufacture, so that's why they do tend to have less purples in sets. But also, I need purple. I need all the purples in my life. Why are you not giving me the purples? Yes. Yeah, so the Derwent Blacks is a perfect example of black. Sorry, I had to find the colour charts. So for the blacks, we have ink black. Excuse me, there's a cat here. We have the ink black, but then we also have charcoal grey, Chinese ink, Indian ink, sepia ink. Now, sepia ink is definitely more in the browns. It is a very, very dark brown. But Indian ink, Chinese ink, and ink black. So we've got, in charcoal grey, we've got lots of different ones. You can bring in asphalt and work that to a black very easily. Like, there is so many, and they've each got different undertones. Like, the charcoal grey has a real blue undertone. The Indian ink has a red undertone, or a warm undertone, probably more on the brown side. But then, like, the ink black is slightly warmer. And then you got the Chinese ink, which is your more neutral. Like, there's so many different tones, and that's what needs to be reflected. Like, most sets come with a black, and it's like, well, yeah, but we need warm black, cool black. And with Polychromos being so sheer and transparent, you can layer, you can tint these colours. So it is possible to build a lot more colours with Polychromos, but it's a lot more work. And I know there's a lot of colourists that just like to pull the pencil in the colour that they want rather than layering enough to get that exact tint. Okay, can breathe again now. Ah, sneezy, sneezy. Alright, so we're going to work some pink. So this again isn't about covering up the entire sky. All I'm trying to do here is just anywhere where there's a little bit less pigment, just fill in that spot with a little bit of a layer. That's just about filling in those spots and keeping it making it blended basically. We're going to bring the pink right up over the purple, and then we'll pull out a purple and just blend that over the purple. These are quite a few people I know, Brittany, that use the disc punching for their books. I've got a book that needs rebinding, but I'm waiting till it's finished colouring, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna rebind it. I might look at getting it actually professionally bound and not just put onto like a ring system. I might have to look into binding it myself, to be honest, though, because I don't know if I can afford to get it professionally bound, but we'll see. We're waiting. That one I'll decide once I get to the end of it. It's Metamorpheus, for anyone that's wondering. I've still got a few more pages to go on it, though. Alright, let's pull out a purple. go back over there where I missed a spot. Derwent Light Pass has Mars Black, that's more brownish reddish. Midnight Black, there's cooler side bluish, and the black there's almost neutral. It makes a huge difference. It does. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, pinks and purples already have the worst light fastness of every colour anyway, usually. Like, that's what these stars mean on the side. Because, again, this is how my colour charts are. This is from when I used to do my own art. And I did need to worry about light fastness, so it was something I did consider. And you can see that a lot of the pinks have worse light fastness, but a lot of the purples that bring the blue in, they're a little bit stronger. It's usually just the reds and the pinks that are not that great in terms of light fastness, but it depends on the pencil. But yeah, for colouring, we keep the books closed, so it's usually okay. Yeah. Yes, it is available for sale on Amazon US, Brittany. Unfortunately, it won't ship to New Zealand. Yeah. Yeah, they're muted colours, basically. And in theory, I could sit down and layer enough pencils to produce those tones. But again, it's that effort of, do I layer 6 pencils to create a tone, or do I just grab that pencil that is that tone that then allows me to continue layering on top to build shading and blending. So, yeah. But they are a very pretty set. But it's if you can access them, if they'll ship to you, if it's worth the quality for you, if it's worth the price, because yes, it's also another big factor is the price of them. Which is probably part of the reason why they won't ship from Amazon to me, is the price of shipping to me. But that's okay. I will live without them. It's not like I don't have a ton of other pencils to use up. It's just the want monster. We all know the want monster can be a lot. This is where it gets tricky because we're working directly into the crack here, and I'm trying to do this in a way where I don't have pencil streaks. Okay. Oh, that's very nice, Brittany. I wish we got Amazon Prime in New Zealand. We do not. Prime is not a feature we can get on Amazon. We do not get free shipping. We do not get Prime deals. And the amount of times I will mention something and someone will comment and go, just go on Amazon. It's like, no, it's not quite right here. We don't, like, just because it might be on Amazon doesn't mean it actually ships to New Zealand. And if it does, the shipping may not be worth it and we don't get free shipping. So, certain items we can get free shipping if we buy enough of. Like, if we spend enough on certain items, we can get free shipping. But we have to spend X amount first. I would possibly buy a few more bits on Amazon if I knew I could get free shipping. But it's probably a good thing because I don't need any more excuses to spend money either. Money that I don't have at the moment. Time for me to go, relax and colour a bit before bed. See if I can finish at least one page this month. It's been a difficult month. Thank you for the company. Hope to see you soon. Endo, I'm so glad you were here and thank you for your company. I hope you're feeling better soon, and even if you don't get that page finished, I'm proud of you because you made it through the month. And making it through the difficult months is something to celebrate. So feel proud in that. Oh, I think I better sneeze again. A little bit of purple down here. Anytime, Endo. Anytime. Do 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 do. Alright. What is the time? Oh my goodness, it is nap time. It is definitely getting on a bit. I think we are getting, like, I've just about finished the sky, and I think it'll be a good point. That will help with the sky a bit anyway. The blending of the sky is a lot better now. Like, we could probably do with a little bit more of a layer, but could probably go in there with more specific colours in between. But it's a start. Again, we're not trying to cover everything. We're just trying to fill in the little gaps and make sure everything's got a good coat of pigment. Always go in there with another colour if I want to make a more specific blend. So that just leaves the water, which is mostly paint pen that we're going to be using to do all the sharp, bright highlights. But we'll chuck a little bit of purple over everything, make sure everything is covered. Again, I really don't want to cover up too much of this pattern in the water because the water should be different textures. We do want to make sure, like, we haven't got any big obvious gaps where there should be purple, like up here by the ship. Anywhere where some of that might need to be done while I work in it with the paint pen, which I think we'll do next time because I'm actually starting to feel pretty short. I feel like we've made some good progress today, like, yeah, we've got just the highlights of the water to go, which is all paint pen, which I can do with the kitty cats because we're going to be pulling out a bunch of paint pens for the kitty cats anyway. Yeah. Now, I'm pleased with that today. It's some really good progress, which means on Sunday we will be, in 2 days time, we'll be coming in and we'll be finishing this baby off, unless I get inspired tomorrow to finish it off, and then we'll do something new on Sunday. But just got now to go in, shade all the clothes, do the cat fur details, and some paint pen highlight. We are definitely on the home stretch. Is awesome. Up here and there. And I can actually put away all the pencils because the colours I pull out for all these will be new, so even better. So yes, thank you so much to everyone for being here. This is where we will call it for today. We will... I did say on the Twitch side we might go rating if people are going. Oh, we're not hitting following. That will help. See if anyone's... if they've started yet. They have. Okay, so Vi and Sammy are on, so we'll share Vi on YouTube, because Vi might be going on YouTube. We'll find out. Yep, Vi's live on YouTube, so we'll share Vi on the YouTube side, and then we'll share Sammy on the Twitch side. Which is going to work out perfectly. So... if anyone's there and wants to go raiding, feel free. I will be raiding and fading because tired. They're also probably lurking and listening because that's how they do. It is, so just so you're aware, we are going to a not PG channel. So if you need to stay in a safe space, feel free to bounce out. But if you want to come visiting and hang out with some cool peeps, we're going to go and hang out there now. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for vibing with me, and yeah, really appreciate you all. We're going to head out. See you on Sunday.